Be starting up here.
There we go.
There it
It
is.
says we're live.
Yeah, there we go.
All right,
I was about
so
to say,
this is a
Tom says
stand-in
Tanny's
chat.
out of bunch or something.
This is a stand-in chat for BadCompany1911. He's having technical issues. So let's do some introductions. Zombie Master Ed, go ahead.
I haven't been around for a while, been keeping low. What's up?
All right, Dano, you're up.
Just Dano. Welcome. I now have videos, so if you're looking for something to look for, come on over to my channel and take a look.
I just subscribed to Dano. Haven't watched any of the videos yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Delta,
Sorry, what? Oh,
just introduce yourself.
Alaskan? I don't know.
All right, Delta's from Alaska.
Not quite sure what you mean by that.
No big deal.
Too busy screwing around with the lower third.
Stone Guy.
Yeah, Stone Guy 223. So Nathan, is this your first chat you've ever hosted?
Yes, I've popped my cherry.
There
This
you
is
go.
The first chat I've chosen
So
to host.
congratulations, that Nathan this is his first chat ever. His what do they call that? What's that word I'm searching for?
Inaugural.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And I'm glad you took it because otherwise that meant me, and I was waiting for you, being the more senior member, to take the bull by the horns.
You know, it's just like Cub Scouts. Eventually, you have to be
Pack leader.
voluntold to take over.
All right. So is anybody? Supposedly Obama's about to come on and give a speech on this whole Iran nuclear weapon. Something's going on.
The only thing I want to hear of an Obama speech is his resignation, honestly. So, yeah.
Impeach.
Was that on the radio, or where'd you hear that?
No, it's on. It's actually streaming on Fox News Live. It says breaking news: President set to give speech regarding Iran nuclear weapon.
Well, I think it's either going to be two things. It's going to be one that he's going to be like
Iran
should not have nuclear weapons. We know they're close. They should stop it. But being that he's doing it on a Saturday night this late, I've got a feeling somebody like Israel may have done something
Iran must
untoward.
accept strict limitations on its nuclear program. That was a paraphrase that Obama said. So I guess I don't know what's. I don't.
But he's
know
always said that.
Well, I don't know what the catalyst is tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he's doing this on a Saturday night like this and it wasn't like announced way ahead of time, it has me suspecting that something has happened. Either Iran tested a nuke in their country, like did a test fire,
right,
or Israel did a little bomb drop on one of their facilities that makes the that makes the weapons-grade uranium.
And this is another paraphrase, or in quotations, President Obama says, "I will do what is necessary to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons." So it sounds to me like
it's a threat.
Kind of that's a very passive-aggressive threat. It says diplomacy opened up a new path towards a world that is more secure.
Yes, it needs to be more secure, that only a few countries have so many nuclear bombs we can erase all life on the planet.
So I don't know. This will be interesting to see what went down to incite this.
Hey, do you want me to read this to you? Iran Foreign Minister confirms nuclear deal reached with world powers in Geneva. That's what the banner says across the bottom, scrolling.
Oh, well, then who cares? I mean, not that it's not important, but why would you run out on Saturday night to go, hey, he agreed to a nuclear deal? What's the big deal? Anyway. Unless he just wants to get on air as soon as possible to deflect.
Okay, now I see the thing. Will halt progress in its nuclear program.
Oh, we'll stop the press as Iran stopped their progression of nuclear program again. They do this every couple of years.
And of course,
and then they just start it right back up.
Is supposedly will maybe stop.
So this could just be a political pandering on the president's part to kind of pat himself on the back and say, look, we're making progress. I've done it again. I've successfully stopped the. Yeah, that's whatever.
He's trying to create good news because of all of his bad news. Because this is something, he can lower our standard as to what we'll accept to create a treaty which is generally considered a good thing.
Well,
he's creating the perfect situation to make himself look good.
Exactly.
Well, no, the perfect situation was when he came out and said he killed Osama bin Laden. This one's going to be like, who cares? Iran stops their nuclear program every couple of years. We relax our embargoes on them, and then they start it back up.
Right. Once they have enough Milky Ways and jujubes, they start up.
Well, and that's the thing with his what do they call that?
Track record.
Well, the rating, the what's that?
Public approval.
Public approval rating, at an all-time low. But honestly, it baffles me as to why he feels it necessary to bolster himself, because we all know this is his last term. He has nothing to lose.
His legacy.
What difference is it going to make what the general public thinks of him, because he's gonna screw us over anyway.
Hold on, it does make a big difference, because he wants to try to get more stuff through. If he can make the other guys, if he can make himself popular again and make the other guys look bad, and he gets the House taken by his side, he can then go back to what he did in his first term and shove everything he wants through, which is horrible for us as gun owners, because he'll get gun. The House is the only thing stopping him from doing massive gun bills. So yes, it is very important that he reestablish his popularity and that of the Democratic Party to try to get more of his agenda put through.
And something I've heard that's very, very true about desperate people is that, and this is a saying, but it's very true, even a drowning man will grab the tip of a sword. And when his approval rating is that bottom low, he is that much more dangerous.
Honestly, I think that Obama and the Democratic Party are just overstepping their power constantly. If you've ever paid attention to newspapers lately, because they actually blocked the GOP, and I believe it was the Senate. There's something about it in today's paper about them blocking their authority to reject nominees or something like that.
The Senate House rules and having a filibuster. That's what changed.
They're trying to eliminate filibusters, because what was happening was the Senate was going through, and anytime he said, I want Bob to take this position, they would filibuster and get it knocked out. So they didn't even, basically in the Senate, majority doesn't rule because of the filibuster. So they're trying to get rid of that so that their 60-person majority can push things through. Now, do people have to be, is the Senate confirms people, the House has nothing to do with it, is that right?
Correct. That's my understanding.
He wants to get his appointments through then. And so they're trying to change the rules.
Correct.
But, the other side of the coin is, I hate both sides, but the other side of the aisle is a bunch of douche nozzles too that are trying to use every little thing to block anything from going through, which actually it's fairly good for the country not to get any new laws passed, because every time they pass a new law, it's just, they're not good at making laws. I'm sorry. They're very, very incompetent. They don't understand how things work.
My history's a little rusty, but who was it that said, we have nothing to fear but fear itself?
That was Kennedy in, I believe it was his speech in Germany. Is that right?
I cannot remember.
But it was Kennedy.
But I remember a quote, which was a couple weeks ago in a local newspaper, from fear comes chaos. Isn't that what we're in right now? Is the term chaos?
Fear is also a controlling factor of the masses. Look back at any dictatorship; they use fear.
So
Not that we're in a dictatorship, but that's just a.
Everybody being all afraid, everything happened. All this, we're so we're so advanced right now. Yet at the same time, we still haven't cured cancer or anything. People are freaking out.
I don't think they're freaking out because cancer isn't cured, but
No, I
think it's more that my personal. Okay, so we can go and discuss it here, but the thing that scares me the most is an economic crisis occurring again on the same scale or worse than what happened in '08, and it's just because I see people who try to run up their credit cards to keep their what is it called? Their standard of living the same, and they live off credit cards when they have financial problems, and it eventually catches up to them, and that's what I believe we're doing as a country since '08, is we're putting everything on the credit card, and eventually it's going to have a bad reaction. There's going to be a whiplash effect.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of the actual dollar probably means nothing now. We owe China, but
okay, hold on. I want to set the record straight. This whole China owns us is bull crap. Okay, China has less than $1 trillion of our debt in their possession out of the 16 trillion. The vast majority of the debt is held by the Federal Reserve Bank of the United States, and the reason they hold it is because people don't want it. They're buying it up. They're making up their money and they're buying it up.
Yeah. When you print money and then buy the bonds with the money you printed.
Right. And then you say, where's your collateral? Well, I have bonds as collateral.
It's like circular reasoning, except it's circular debt.
Digging the hole deeper.
Doesn't China buy like $2 billion in gold on the same day every year or something?
I'm sure China's been buying a lot more gold lately.
No, that's India that does that on November 1st. India does it on November 1st.
Well, okay. Well, in India's defense, I'm sure that has something to do with the fact that they have a huge amount of gold jewelry that they have to produce every year for their people.
Motherfuckers gonna get jobs. Excuse my language.
No, but it's not a joke. India's economy is getting stronger, and the people who are making money off working in call centers for us want to buy more gold jewelry. So India has some of the highest demand for gold in the world to make into jewelry.
Well, you got to think that culture has always been either the extremely wealthy or the extremely dirt poor, and now, kind of like Nathan said, with the introduction of more outsourced jobs over there, there's becoming a middle class, and that's something that culture, that country's never been exposed to, and so with this middle class coming in, they're opening up markets that have never been, sustainable in that area.
And in India, they don't have cars, so they can't buy spinning rims, so they buy jewelry.
Thank you for calling Toshiba Tech Support, a Japanese company. How may I help you today?
How may I be helping you today?
Are you sure the computer is plugged in? Thank you. Come again.
Well, to be realistic, anyone who comes from poverty, who steps up into the middle class, is going to want something to show other people that they're successful. It's just part of human nature. That's why people have spinners and boom boxes in their cars in the United States, and that's why in India they want to wear gold jewelry that shows they're successful.
It also has to do with what's called portable wealth.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't they actually, they use gold as, a measure of some wealth?
Well, yeah, I thought you were going to say it's currency. That, and then you're getting into the Asian with the bot chain. They actually used bot, which was each individual link on a bot chain was let's just for easy math, let's say if it was 1 gram per link, then they would just break that one link off, and that was used to pay for whatever they knew that, one link was 1 gram and that was worth however much money. And so the bot system was used for many years, and still to this day to some extent. So
Hey, Quark, what's going on, man?
He's muted.
Playing with
Yeah,
his
I'm muted. Sorry. Not much.
Did Dana? I had other people sending out links, and I forgot to send you one. I apologize, sir.
He
You
got
didn't
the
send me one.
I
Oh,
posted
thought
it in
Stone
the-
Guy was running the chat.
Oh, Stone got
No,
posted. Okay,
I posted
good.
it in the
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Nat,
I thought it was
I
Stone Guy.
tried to think of all the usual suspects, but my brain is full of Swiss
I
cheese holes.
poached over.
yeah, Nate,
All right, we Stone Cold Nathan Quark to Bad Company's chat. Okay.
yeah, Nate. That's the advantage of posting to the community, is you don't have to do all the individuals.
Ah, see, I'm learning all these new things. It's my inaugural chat, Quark.
Yeah, that's why I
Well,
was.
congrats. I didn't know. I thought it was Stone Guy running one.
Yeah,
Although I don't
that's
know,
why
I've got me signed in as this profile, and I was signed in on Quarks on my other. How does it determine that?
How is it doing that? It's because you're a member of that other group under your username.
Oh,
Yeah, Nate, that's the other reason why I wanted to make sure that you got and accepted that invite.
Yeah, I sent you an invite to the live chats under your Tactical Six String username. So
interesting.
Yeah, I
Make sure you
joined the
accept that
community
invite.
now. I learned how to do that too.
Nathan, you're a member of the live chat group, right?
He is now.
Now.
He wasn't before about an hour ago.
Thank you. Come again.
Oh, okay. Well, we got enough mods in that group to keep a close eye on it. So,
Exactly, and you know what? One of them took care of him, didn't he?
all right. Thank you, Dano. I appreciate it. I'm the only owner of the group, but
That's true.
I've got like 8 frickin' mods in that group to keep it under control for me.
So, I did a video the other day on what I use for weapon-mounted lights. Now, I'd like everyone else's feedback on this because I know everyone's like, Surefire's the way to go. You gotta have a Surefire. You know.
I'll tell you this: I don't have a weapons mounted light,
Okay, but I mean, I just want
and
to talk
I don't
about.
plan on ever using one because I fall under the category of it gives them a place to aim at, which is gonna be your torso or head. Whether or not that's gonna be 100% true or it's debatable, but I'm not willing to take that chance. I'd rather hold it in my frickin' offhand, away from my body.
Okay,
And
so you're a
risk
proponent
a
of
frickin' arm
offhand
shot.
flashlight.
I think he's got a panel question there, Quirk.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just jumping in because he didn't say a left to a
No,
right.
I'm not doing left
I'll
or right. I
answer
want
it.
everyone's input.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm
I
gonna
wanted to
answer
jump
last
in
because
first
I'm
because
looking at
normally
the
by the
other.
time I get to say my frickin' piece,
I'll be
everybody
right
else has
back.
said exactly what I was going to say anyway. I'm like, I have to agree with that guy.
All right, we'll see you in a minute, buddy.
I apologize.
So my experience is this: I play airsoft, and we have night ops, and we also have ops that take place inside buildings where there's basements and maybe no windows in certain parts of the building, which is really freaky walking around in the dark in a 30 or 40-year-old building, knowing there's people all around, in there that,
That's scary, man.
like, as soon as I turn my light on, they're going to shoot me unless I can hear them first, aim at them, hit them with the light, and then fire. So it's very interesting techniques you develop to shoot people and not get shot. But yeah, you never if I walk up a staircase, I keep the light off because I'll get shot. If I got my light on, somebody's going to shoot me.
Yes. I try to have 2 lights. I have a weapon-mounted light, and I also have a flashlight, traditional flashlight. In case at the last minute one or the other doesn't work, I still have light.
I have on my shotgun, Mossberg 500, a mount jury rig, an Evo red line mounted on it, 200 twin lumens, runs on 3 AAA batteries, and the batteries last forever. I also have one on me because they have a wicked nice serrated. They are a weapon in themselves, and I also have one mounted underneath my AR that comes off with the push of a button.
I want to share this with all the viewers. The flashlights that take the 3 AAA batteries, that design where they put the 3, in a circular thing that drops out, those will fit almost perfectly. You have to wrap them in 1 or 2 pieces of electrical tape on 30 millimeter scope rings. the flashlights that take the CR123 Surefire type batteries, those will fit in 1-inch scope rings. So I made mistakes earlier in my flashlight purchases of buying flashlights I thought were cool, and then I couldn't get them to fit in the scope rings right, and they were just, I had to wrap them like half a roll of freaking electrical tape. So.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you need to open the window. Dog just cut one.
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing that with the group. Well, how did you smell that? You're wearing a gas mask, Delta.
Well, no, he's just laying right here next to me, and, like, he goes to stretch his leg and just, like, lets out a... I was like, oh, come on.
Delta, put your gas mask on now, quick.
All right.
I would, but it doesn't have any filters.
Epic fail.
What were you talking about with the CR123s, Nathan, versus the AA there?
The 3 AAA flashlights will fit into 30 millimeter scope rings, and the ones that take the 123 batteries fit in 1-inch scope rings. And so I know a lot of people like to go buy the really expensive, fancy-looking weapon-mounted flashlights that come with the mount built on. Yep. But the cheap man's version is to go buy yourself a flashlight. Like I buy Coleman's at Walmart because I like the way their button on the back pushes. You barely push it in, it makes no noise, and the light comes on. So you can sit there and tap it without making a noise.
The cheap man's flashlight is 1,000 times better than any of those tactical versions where they're only... it's 130 lumens. Well, my Nebo Redline here, $30, 220 lumens, and I actually ran it. It ran for 14 days straight until it started dimming, and that's just on the batteries that it comes with.
I will tell you this: if it is a weapons flashlight that has the mount that's specifically for a weapon, and you take the number of lumens you get and divide it by the price, and then take another flashlight you just buy as a flashlight and take scope rings and divide it, you're going to pay less than 40% what you pay for that weapons light. Easy.
Yeah, like Surefire does that. They make great flashlights that are not weapon mounted, and they're $100 less, and they're the same flashlight. Which is
the only reason why I like Magnite is because if the damn thing dies like they usually die, it's good as a weapon to beat the crap out of somebody with, like, just as good as a chunk of pipe.
Well, I run the gamut. I got Surefire on something, and I have $30 flashlights on other rifles, and my theory is I got a light on every weapon. If it's a problem, don't turn it on. It's situational. But I'd rather have it on there and than not have it on there and then have to fiddle with a flashlight in my left hand. So I have, there's definitely situational, but definitely have a light on there, especially a rifle.
I'm not sure if I'm repeating myself, but I have a stream light on my pistol, as well as I always carry a separate handheld flashlight as well, which is just simply a $2 flashlight, but I got them scattered all over the house.
But I've also...
That is a good thing to have around the house for when the lights go out, and you're like, holy shit, I have a pizza in my hand, what do I do?
Also, those ones you get free from Harbor Freight when you go in there and buy something.
Like these?
Exactly. You get one for free. I've got so many frickin' ones laying around the house and all over places, I don't even know if I can even find them all. But hey, they're free.
And if you ever need any extra batteries, you're like, damn it, I don't feel like going out to the store. You could always just take the batteries out of those.
Only if you need AAAs.
A lot of stuff runs on AAAs.
Yeah, read the side chat because Edge is having trouble getting in. But one of the things I did, I also bought a flashlight that I really like, a little Coleman. And when the batteries ran out, I opened it up and looked at it. It came with some weird-ass camera battery. Like, it wasn't a 123, it was something weird. It was like a D247 or something. I'm like, what is this thing?
Yeah, I use a little Nebo 90 lumen with that striker edge on front because they're cheap, like $10. They're bright, and you don't have to freaking worry about it because they work. And if something happens to it, you're out $10. Big freaking deal.
Yeah.
That battery saying that is a special battery for special cameras that nobody really wants to buy. But I know that they're $50 for a pack of 5 at CVS.
It's actually freaking cheaper for you to buy a brand new flashlight than it is.
I know, that's what I was looking at. I looked at these batteries, and it was like $15 for the 2 I needed to run the flashlight. And I'm like, going, you got to be kidding me! It's a $25 flashlight.
Store-bought batteries. I buy them online just because I can't stand the prices.
Yeah. By the way, Nathan, you know I don't have edge blocks, so.
Yeah, I know. He says he can't get in, so everyone double check. But anyway,
well, no, if he has someone blocked.
Oh,
it won't let him in.
Yeah, it works both ways.
Okay, maybe he has.
So he has to check the panel members.
It's
and
probably
the panel
it's
members
probably
need to check
Meatloaf
him.
Zombie, to be honest with you, because
it's probably Zombie.
I do shit.
So Edge, Unblock Zombie, Master Ed, and Unblock Delta from Alaska.
Those CR123s though. The cool thing with a lot of the flashlights they're in, is they don't dim over time. They just go out all of a sudden. So there's no, you don't notice a degradation in power. And at the end, it just goes down. And they definitely stay charged. I'm in New Hampshire, and it's cold. And if I have a AA flashlight in the car, that thing will it'll work like shit. If it's like 10 degrees out, and the CR123 flashlights actually work. At colder temperatures. That's the advantage of those.
I will speak to this with the 2 children I have in the house. Every battery I have goes dead fairly fast because I leave everything freaking on.
Yeah, right.
And they play with all my flashlights. So what I've done is I've totally switched over to all rechargeable batteries in all my flashlights. So I run only flashlights that take triple or AA or C's. Or I even have a charger for the 123s because I have my night vision stuff runs off the 123s, but all my flashlights pretty much AAA.
They make rechargeable 123s?
Yes, they do, and you got to order them online.
Well,
yeah, because those things
are you gotta get the big ones are better too. Those 18650 ones. Those are if your light takes 2 CR123s, usually it takes that bigger battery, that 18650, and that's rechargeable and more powerful.
If you check out Kit K's video, the only reason why I'm bringing up his video is because a certain brand of battery, if you break it open, has 12 individual CR125 batteries in it. So
I've never heard that. I know the big 8 volts have a bunch of AA's in them.
Yeah, that's the one I know. Yep.
This was a AA that has a bunch of button cell batteries inside of it.
Oh yeah, those are button cells. We're talking about the CR123s, like for the Surefire. Surefire, I think, was the first one that really came out with them or hit the market with them.
The CR123. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like a half size AA. Yeah, it's like a AA cut in half, a little fatter.
Yeah, I got a whole bag. I got a bag of them in the drawer. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the other ones, the button cells.
Yeah, like a 357 or
2032.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like
I have
9mm bullets. Yeah, I got a bag of them.
Yeah. Is it the 2025s that all the red dots are powered off of, or
2025s or 2032s are the most common?
Okay. Yeah, 2025s are what almost all my red dots run off of. So I was looking them up online, and I found on Amazon some guy was selling. Like they're in a little 5-pack that you can tear off, and it says calculator batteries, and they're 2025s.
Yep.
I bought 50 of them for about $12.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're cheap.
I just throw them everywhere. I got them in the glove box. I got them in my packs. If anything goes dead, I just grab a new one. But yeah, if you go down and get 2 Rayovacs from Walmart, you're gonna spend $5.
Anyone ever done the ghetto tactical light mod, like a revolver rifle?
Which is what, duct taping a flashlight?
Duct taping a flashlight? Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Depot and grab one that runs off like AA's or some shit. Just duct tape it.
I used to.
That's not ghetto. That's old school. Respect it, yo.
That's
called redneck engineering.
It's called Afro engineering.
Nice.
Anybody remember the big flashlights? I forget what the volt was, but it was literally
mag lights.
No. It was a block battery.
Yeah, the 9 volts.
Oh, the lantern battery flashlights. Yeah, they still sell those places.
Not 9 volts. What are those things? 6 volts, I think.
Yeah, they're big 6 volts. Yeah,
big
With the 2 coil springs on the top.
Yeah, those are 6 volts.
Yeah, the only reason I know what those are is because my feeder at my lease runs off of those, but I bought rechargeable ones for that too.
It slides into a hand lantern flashlight of whatever power it is. Not very bright. I destroyed one of those by taping the handle underneath my BB gun while I was 9. Because remember how they're a lantern. They got that big open.
You were 9 when you did that? Where did you find one of those 2 years ago?
I'm 27 now.
God damn it, Yankees here. Everyone wrong.
I remember getting yelled at because I had destroyed an antique. But I've been seeing those come back in like in fashion. I've been seeing them at CVS, Walgreens, Publix, stuff like that. I'm seeing them everywhere. But I don't see the batteries.
Well, you can still get the 6 volts. I like the old lantern-style flashlights because you can set them down or stand them up on its end and,
angle it. And
yeah.
Big click button.
Yeah.
I have one of the older mag lights that runs off D batteries.
Stop taping around your skull.
There's actually when the APD were upgrading to different flashlights. They're like, here, you want one? I was like, okay, sure. And then I guess they went to a lighter version of the mag light. Yeah, this one runs off of D's, and I guess their new ones run off of, like, C batteries. Oh, okay, that's naked. By the way, Yankees here.
Welcome, Yankee. What's going on, brother?
God damn it, he's wearing a really cool hat.
You're muted.
And yeah, I love where he gets those Superman hats, Batman hats.
I can't see you all, but I can hear you. So my monitor's not on up here, so I can't see you.
You have an awesome hat, sir.
Oh, thank you. So it looks like I'm looking down tonight because I'm looking down the bottom monitor.
Yeah, we're all full of
Anybody else think that the Man of Steel movie was crap? I got it for $4 Blu-ray. Man of Steel.
I haven't seen it yet.
Blu-ray.
Crap.
Oh, the price.
All right, when was the last time there was a decent DC movie?
Yeah. Superman 2, back in the 80s.
I was gonna go with the Batman from the 80s.
Yeah, Batman. I thought you meant a decent Superman movie, but yeah.
Yeah, decent Superman movie in the 80s. Yeah, Batman was it late 80s, early 90s.
Batman is the Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah, that is very true.
When you're in the movie bin of $3 and $4 movies, you basically are in the bin of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Green Lantern was $1 Blu-ray. $1.
Green Lantern was really crap.
Yeah.
That was a waste of 2 hours of my life.
Yeah. They should not port over actors like Ryan Reynolds. He was in Marvel, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and he was, Green Lantern. They did the same thing with, what was his name? Something Evans, who was Captain America. But before that, he was Johnny Storm, Fantastic Four, both movies.
At least as Captain America, he'll get to be in a franchise that actually does something, because the Fantastic Four movies were crap.
Yeah. Jessica Alba is just...
Stone guy?
She's not a blonde. She's not a...
You're wrestling your mic there?
Oh, shit, sorry. I thought I was muted.
Okay.
Sound Nazi.
Jessica Alba is a bleach blonde. Yeah.
You ought to talk.
That's why I said it.
What?
It was an inside joke between me and Dano. He didn't find it funny, though. I did.
But I didn't get mad and run away.
Not an inside
Take my
joke.
bat and ball and go home.
not an inside joke if he doesn't think it's funny. It's just a comment.
Okay, so speaking of movies, I was in the store tonight, and for $6, I got the Dirty Harry collection.
Nice. That is
$6 for all 4 Dirty Harrys.
Well, and I can tell you where you're shopping because I had to go get insulin this week, and I saw those on display at Walmart.
You get a diamond out of the shit pile.
Yeah, I was walking by and I saw I was like, is that Dirty Harry? And I went, oh, holy crap. Yeah, but anyway, love these movies.
awesome movies.
Yeah. I've seen the original one so many times, I'm not going to bother with it, but the other 3 I like to still watch more. The first one comes on so often.
AMC, all the time. Gran Torino was $3, I think, a couple months ago. I got Gran Torino.
I never watch movies at home, so.
See, I only watch movies at home. I never go out to the theater because the kids are too young. I hire a babysitter and then pay, what is it, $1,000 to go to the movies with 2 people now?
Pretty much.
Well, once I had our first child, it took me like 13 years until I was able to go back to a movie theater.
Yeah, well, people are always like, why do you get so upset when a movie's bad? I'm like, because when a movie is bad and you've got 2 of you and 2 children and everyone wants popcorn and soda and candy, it's $110 to $120 every time you go to see a damn crappy movie.
If I watch 2 crappy movies, I've just lost the purchase of a gun. You're Yankee. I could have bought a gun with that $300.
One if you want to highball.
I'm serious. By the time we pay, $14 a person to get in, and then another $14 to $20 a person for popcorn, sodas, and candy, that's quite a bit of money a person. You're looking at like nearly $120 to go to the movies.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
And it's crap because the giant gallon of soda is $6.75. If you go down to the small soda, which isn't enough to drink, it's $6.25.
Oh yeah, I always buy the big ones there. It's not worth it to be
like
the little
$6.25 for the small, $6.50 for the medium, and $6.75 for the giant gallon size. So you pay like 50 cents more for a gallon of soda than you do for a small soda.
When we did go to the movie, we would stop at the gas station to get everybody's candy and then have a family soda.
Oh, my son won't eat or drink after anybody.
Oh.
Well,
we just share one, and then we get the kids each one. But my oldest son won't drink after anybody. He won't. If someone has touched it, he won't eat it or drink it.
Well, that's good. He's aware that people have herpes, and he doesn't want to get them.
Well, you got to remember he was raised in foster care for several years of his life before we adopted him. Like, nope, no, thank you. Someone could have spit in that.
Yeah. Well,
as I'm concerned, my boys already peed on me when they were little. What more can they do?
Yep. That's what I always tell him. Like, here, do you want a drink of my soda? And he's like, no. And I'm like, I kiss you all the time. So any germs I got on my lips, you've got on you. You got on your face right now.
You could have backwashed into it. No.
My wife the other day, my son didn't eat all his dinner, so I started eating. She goes, he sneezed on that a minute ago. And I'm like, whatever. I don't care. I don't give a crap. If he didn't barf on something, I'm going to eat it.
I am definitely not a germaphobe. I once ate a brownie that I peeled off the bottom of my boot after I stepped on it after I accidentally dropped it. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
Luckily, I didn't step hard. You know how you kind of go to step on something and you catch yourself so you don't step on it completely, but I stepped on it enough that it stuck to the bottom of my boot, but I still ate it.
Did it have tread marks on the frosting?
On it, yep.
That's extra flavor.
But I was at bivouac in the military, and I'm like, I'm eating that fucking brownie. I don't care if I did drop it and step on it.
Yeah. When you're out there,
I don't even follow the 3-second rule. It could be minutes later, and I'll still freaking pick it up off the floor and eat it. So.
I mean, you eat scrambled eggs every morning covered in gnats, so eating the brownie off the ground shouldn't bother you. Because when you're
gnats are good for
eggs, the gnats just go to them, and then you have to eat it. And every spoonful you take, the gnats just swarm it, and you have to eat the gnats and all.
Well, aren't gnats good protein?
Yeah, they aren't going to hurt you. Yeah. You just think of it as pepper.
Don't mention that, dude. I've actually been thinking about grabbing the shotgun and doing some bird hunting.
The other day I was out at my lease and I was walking along. I looked down and I see this spider and I'm like, "Is that a tarantula?" It's a really big, giant spider, but it was a really big, I think, garden spider, like a giant one. I mean, I'm talking like 2 inches long, or about 2, maybe 3 inches long. Anyway, I looked down at it and on the back of it, it was shaped like a pine cone, and I'm like, "Holy crap! I've never seen a spider that looks like a pine cone back there. There must be some type of way for it to hide from birds or something." And then the pine cone moved around a little bit, and I realized it was all of its baby spiders on its back.
Oh.
It had like 100.
I hate spiders, man.
Yeah.
Spiders
So I
don't
took a
bother
picture
me.
of it.
Centipedes bother me.
Yeah, I was going to say, spiders bug the hell out of me, and so do centipedes.
The grossest thing I've ever eaten was I grabbed a dirty spoon out of the sink and stuck it in the bowl of cereal that I was eating. And right as I was about to bite, right as I took a bite, I noticed that the spoon was covered in black ants.
Oh, that's not bad.
Those little, yeah, I know that
Spicy.
actually they taste like grease, but they don't do anything but they grab a hold and they don't let go. So it's like with the napkin, pulling them off, and they ain't gonna hurt me. It's just a rather inconvenience that the first bite out of a big bowl of Cheerios was covered in ants. Not really good of a story, so. Don't look at me like that. Stop
Sorry.
it. Stop it. Stop
Hold on.
it. Stop it. Stop
I can't help it. It's the story you told.
No, but really, black ants, leopard ants, they have no poison. They're just little pieces of protein. Won't hurt.
Okay, so hold on. I just thought of left to right. What is the grossest insect you would eat in a survival situation if you were like super hungry?
None. I'd rather eat the bear that's stalking me.
You said a left or right.
I don't care. Nobody knows left or right in this new format Google put out.
You have to call everybody out if you want to be a good host. I mean,
Okay,
first,
Yankee.
where did the
Yankees
I'm right
first.
next to
What?
Yankee.
What?
Okay, Yankee's not ready. Okay, Zombie Master Ed.
What was the question again?
If you were super hungry in a survival situation, what's the grossest insect you would eat that you can think of?
I don't know. I can't think of pretty much any I wouldn't eat if I was hungry enough.
Right.
Fair enough.
Do I have like any neighbors or anything around that I could eat first?
No, we're going to stick with insects first.
Do you get to kill it first and then eat it, or do you have to eat it alive?
It has to be live.
Well, you could squish its head first and then eat it.
I mean, at least make it immobile.
We're talking raw, yeah. We're going to eat it raw, but we're going to squish its head to make
I
sure.
think centipede would be the worst because they got all those little legs. And they're
Centipede
scary.
is poisonous.
Yeah.
They're not poisonous, they're venomous. There's a difference.
It depends on the ones you're going to eat too, because if they're the hairy ones, you don't want to eat them hairy ones, man.
You stay away from all caterpillars.
I'm not sure I could do those wood grubs, those freaking white, puffy, undulating alien babies.
Those look good.
Ones to eat. To me.
Those grubs are the best ones to eat. Yeah.
They're like industrial maggots.
Yeah. Zombie Master Ed, what type of bugs do you have out of your black mold walls? Tell us.
I told you the black mold walls are gone. I got a brand new bed. I got a brand new TV. My whole room has been refinished. I did it myself. There's no
You
more
might
black
survive till 30, man. That is awesome. So tell us about the bugs you want to eat.
Black Widow, maybe?
What, Michael?
Black Widow, maybe?
No. Hell no. There's no meat on them.
There's no meat on any of them. It's protein, not meat.
No, I wouldn't eat a black widow. I just got this idea. If I eat one of them, I'll die. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really have many bugs where I live.
I would say eat the Black Widow. We wouldn't be losing a whole lot.
All right, Dan, you're up.
I've eaten that before. Big ass grub. Tastes like peanut butter.
I don't think I could do the furry ones. Which are also the ones that usually have like more than 6 legs.
I've had a giant cooked tarantula. Ever had one of those? They taste like chicken.
I mean, it's going to be dead. You just take it apart and eat it piece by piece. It's not like you're eating the whole thing at once.
Why not? Just bite into it. I'm sorry, I'll shut up.
Okay, so Dan wants a tarantula, is that right?
No hair, and nothing more than 6 legs.
So you're going to shave the tarantula. Good answer. All right. Guy with the...
I'm going to shave the caterpillar.
Okay. The guy who has the woman with the AR icon, what do we call you?
I'm tactical, 6-string. I'm not sure.
Tactical 6-string. Okay.
Yeah.
He can say his first name. It's live for everybody to see, so you can say Marcel.
Yeah.
Oh, Marcel, then go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just go with cello, like the instrument. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not looking for something, as you so eloquently put it. I guess I could do the worms. I guess, Is that an insect? No, or I don't know. Is it?
Sure.
Yeah, worms seem all right.
Yeah, we'll count worms.
I don't like the idea that
I guess the way to think about it is think about bugs you see in your area and go, okay, I'd eat worms, but I wouldn't eat this thing, like in your mind.
You know what freaks me out? Like those giant yellow jackets. Those things, and they have like those long tail. Oh, yeah. We have sand hornets here. They're all black. They're wasps, but they're like 4 times as big. Those are pretty scary looking.
Yeah, they're
I'm not sure I could chow down on one of them. I don't think. The whole idea of the pus.
Michael, I think you're up.
Sorry, do what?
Name a bug you want to eat.
Bedbug.
Not really any. Why?
Come on, bedbug. Eat a bedbug.
No. What the fuck? No. I have no idea. Probably... I forget what the hell they're called, but they're found inside of pine cones. I could probably see eating one of those.
Pine
beetle.
No, they're white, and they're basically the same thing that squirrels eat.
All right. Cork?
Maggots.
Maggots, good choice. Easy to eat, a little wiggly, but you can think of the rice. I like it.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think I draw the line at anything with 8 legs, so I draw the line at scorpions. Even though I've seen people eat them by just cutting the tail off.
Ooh, scorpions, crunchy.
That.
Yeah, that's exactly. I don't think I can get past that crunchy bit.
It's not all that bad. It's just it's like eating a piece of lobster raw. Just gotta get past the taste.
I think
something, zombie. You sound like you've eaten a lot of insects because, well, they're probably crawling around in your house, but...
No, it has nothing to do with my house. I have an open mind, and I've done that thing where I went to courses, and I've tried mealworms, I've tried insects, I've tried tarantula, I've tried everything except for cockroaches and fucking black widow spiders, deep fried ants, regular ants from the backyard, just deep fried.
Okay, Stone Guy, what would you like?
Don't be making fun of my room. It's nice and clean now.
Says you.
All right. I think Stone Guy's away from his keyboard. Hey, Edge got in. Cool. Okay, so I guess I'll go.
I'll answer for Stone Guy. He'll eat anything.
So, let's see. It's a hard decision after listening to all you guys. I mean, you're making me hungry. I'd like to try a tarantula. I'd like to just eat one of those, even if it's not a survival situation, but cooked.
They're spicy.
Yeah, I killed a bunch of yellow jackets in the woods the other day. They kept coming into my deer blind because I cut a piece of plywood. I had no idea that they're attracted to cut plywood. I killed 40 of them and put them in a baggie. And I was like, I should take those home and try eating them or something, but I didn't. And a scorpion. I definitely have to try a scorpion and a tarantula one day, just to say I did it.
They're even better if you fried with butter.
Nice. So, anybody got any gun questions? Anybody watching the External?
I got one. Where are all the Smith & Wesson SD9s?
They're around here. I've seen them on the shelves. So
yeah, I mean, I've seen them down at Academy.
My guess is that you got a whole bunch of poor people in your area, and that's all they can afford, so that's what they're buying.
No, my sister. Oh, I didn't understand what you mean. My sister wants a gun for Christmas, and I'm not gonna. First time gun owner. I'm not gonna get her something like a Glock or something. But I think a Smith & Wesson 9 would be nice. Not gonna get her a Sigma though. I don't hate my.
I would get her the SD9 over the Sigma too, because the Sigma's triggers are atrocious.
How about the
what's your price range?
The PPS, right?
I don't want to go over 350.
That Walther's 350, brand new,
like
isn't it?
She's a first time gun owner, and she says she wants a Glock, but I don't think she's at that level yet.
Well,
hey, wait a second. What he just said.
Find a used Glock for $400. Spend an extra $50 on it. She's a sister.
Hold on. That Walther PPS for a female's hand probably is a better choice than the SD9.
Yeah. And they're $350, brand new.
Yeah. Those. I've had those in my hand before. They fit a small hand really well.
Yeah, my sister isn't little and dainty. She can knock. Well, she has knocked my lights out before.
Well, I mean, if your sister has giant hams for hands, get her something big then. I don't care, but I'm just saying, you got to try to think of what would fit her.
My sister is about the same height and stature as the chick in the picture.
What's happening?
Yankee just launched our Dolby surround sound on this chat, I think.
That or it was really.
I'm going to say this again. If you can drop $400, your choices of firearms goes way up.
Yeah, but the Walther's not going to be any smaller than the Smith & Wesson.
I wasn't suggesting smaller. I was just suggesting comfortability of shooting.
No, but that's why I suggested.
And I think the Walther's slightly higher quality than the Smith too.
I do too. And
you can find the SIGS SP 2022 for $400. If you look around, they often run sales on them for under $400. I mean, that's a quality. If you want to buy your sister a good gun, look at quality. You buy a used Glock, a new SIG, that Walther. Why limit yourself to the SD9, which is a decent gun for the price, but it's good for the price, but it's not a great gun. It's not a bad gun.
I will tell you a magic trick. Take your sister down to your local sporting goods store and have her look at the guns and hold them and see what she likes.
I thought I said this. She liked the Smith & Wesson 9.
Well, then get her it. Why are you asking us questions and want our advice if she already likes the gun and you've already picked it out? Buy it.
And I said, have you seen any? That was my question.
Well, obviously you saw one if she likes it.
Not for sale. On my range.
Yeah, they're all over up here. I mean, geez, every store has them up here.
You order it off Bud's gun shop, skip paying the tax, and depending on your state, and pay $25 for the transfer.
You guys still buy from Bud's?
I don't know why I wouldn't.
Well, after their practices of over this last year, where they'd get like ARs in, and then instead of filling orders that they have people waiting for them on their wait lists, they put them up for auction instead. So they put 10 ARs up for auction, brand new,
Oh, see, I didn't know they did that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't bought one
They
from them
totally
since
took
before the
advantage of
craziness.
the situation.
The last one I bought was before the craziness, and it was an AR-10, and I couldn't find it anywhere else. So, I mean, I guess I will buy from them if I can't find it anywhere else. But typically, if you don't have any choice, you don't have any choice. But if it's a common gun like that one, you can get it other
also
places.
been ripping people's
So
credit
get it from
cards off
Slick
as well.
Guns. Get it from Grab a Gun. But call around your local stores. I'm sure somebody's going to have one.
Yeah. Anyways,
That was a while ago. They had problems with the credit cards. Give them a little slack for that. I mean, anybody can get their accounts hacked at some point in time.
I know that only maybe 4 people saw it, but I was actually wanting to show Yankee this, but finally got my application in.
Woo-woo.
So, yeah.
And what was the entire
What's with that?
What do you mean process?
How long did it take?
Who the hell is Quark in? It took like maybe from 8 a.m. From 7:40 a.m. until about like 1:40 p.m. And it was only one day. Why? Is there something that I missed or something?
So, like, it's a 4 or 5 hour class, and have you received your license yet? Or are you still waiting for it to come in?
No, I put in the application just this last Monday, and it can take up to 30 days to receive it, but pretty much it's guaranteed once you pass the class.
So you're a shell issue state. Good.
Yeah, pretty much. As far as I know, as long as you pass the class and have a clear background and all that, you receive the permit or license, whatever the hell you want to call it, and it's good for 5 years approximately. And then unless you have some sort of, stipulation or something where they issue it for less than that. But we have reciprocity with like 44 other states, so it's good in about 44 other states.
What state are you in?
Alaska.
Oh, okay. Cool. So,
Alaska.
do you have any bear problems in your area?
Actually, we have a black bear that's like right down the road, and I'm actually across the street from a school, so pretty much I can't fire any weapons off to scare it off. I have to kind of just take the H2 over there and Yankee, you got a weird ass cat behind you. Anyways, I gotta kind of, take the H2 over and just scare it off with that honking horn and whatnot with the other people around here that like to do that. Well, not really like to do it, but you kind of have to keep the kids from, getting mauled when they get out of school and whatnot.
Have you ever thought of pepper spray?
Yeah,
Like
but you don't want to use that because mainly that'll just piss them off and make you a spicier meal, if you will.
I'm just curious.
There's actually been people that have been mauled by bears using pepper spray and bear spray, instead of carrying a firearm.
Well, it's one thing to walk up and spray the bear. It's another thing to have a bear come after you and spray in self-defense. So there's, different methods. But I've read a lot of research and books and stories on it, and it seems that the people who spray the bears and then get mauled don't get as seriously injured as the people who shoot the bears and the bears maul them.
I saw a video not too long ago where they had a couple of cubs stuck in a trash bin, and they jumped in there to digging for food, and when they got stuck in there and the mama bear was shitting their pants, they had to go and get them out. It was pretty cool.
If it's cubs, I would not actually intervene. I just, try and make noise and scare them off.
Yeah, you don't get anywhere near cubs.
Oh yeah, it was like some local authority who went and got them. I guess professionals that know what they're doing.
I actually had a run-in with a mother bear when I was out hiking one time, and she had her cubs between me and her, and I was like, nah, screw that. So I just kind of slowly backed away, Because if I was to come any closer, I'm pretty sure she would have charged me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're lucky that the Cubs weren't, that you weren't between her and her Cubs, because then you're really screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. That's when they start to attack. But yeah, the Cubs were between me and her, and she's just staring me down. She's like, no. Just walked away. So, but I mean, even if you're just around the Cubs, they can actually, charge you and try to attack and all that.
So are there any other gun questions maybe posted in the external? Just curious.
See the price on the AKs going down?
Are they going down finally?
Yep. I see them for
$500 for a RPK on jgsales.com without the bipod.
Cool.
I see them for $450, $490, $500, $530, $580.
Well, the ARs went down first because they were overproduced to hell, but now the AKs are starting to follow suit. That's really good news.
I want to get another AK. They're addictive. The one I have currently is an underfolder. I don't have one with a real stock. That's going to be the next one I get. One with a real stock. People are looking at my picture asking, what the hell is that, a rat? It's a ferret. It's a baby ferret.
And reading the external, what's it like to be a 40-year-old virgin? Well, I'm pretty mad because I've got 2 kids that are supposed to be mine in the house, and I want to know what the hell's going on.
I think you've been cheated.
Son of a
Yankee,
bitch. I knew they looked like the mailman.
Yankee, you lucky bastard. You got pussy walking around your house.
He's busy. I think he heard you and he's just choosing to ignore you, which is what I would probably do. But
yeah, probably.
Tomorrow I'm going to try to go down. Academy's having a Black Friday sale starting Sunday, which I don't know what the hell that is. But anyway, they're selling a crossbow that's normally $320 for $250. I'm thinking about picking it up.
Why not? By the way, Hinton, I can always use a crossbow for a Christmas gift, so you can always give me one for a Christmas gift.
I was trying to think what would be something I'd want to send to Quark as a Christmas gift. I was really thinking hard about that.
I would like to know.
And I just don't know how you get herpes in the mail.
Just rub it on your nether regions, the letter. I would like to know what Academy. It'd be kind of neat if somebody had the insight of what their Black Friday gun is going to be, or 2 or 3 guns that they usually offer. That'd be kind of cool to know the heads up on that.
Well, I'll tell you, Magical Secret Edge, they have a flyer that says Black Friday, and it starts tomorrow, and you can go to their website and click on it. It's awesome.
Whoa! But they actually have the gun that they're gonna do on the Black Friday.
Oh, I don't know about that.
What are they gonna
That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one that
Go to Slick Guns and see the scans of the actual ads that they will be releasing in the newspapers. So you can actually go to Slick Guns and they have them up. I don't know if they have Academy up or not. But they have places like Mills Fleet Farm, which is a shop I go to, but they don't have anything for frickin' guns. But they also had stuff like Cabela's.
Mm-hmm.
So they might have Academy. I didn't look because we don't have an Academy in the area, so. Just trying to give you a little help there.
I'm looking. We have Gander Mountain now, so.
Yep, Gander Mountain and Cabela's are the 2 big retailers.
We have a Cabela's, but it's outside of Austin.
I've got the Academy thing pulled up. What type of gun are you looking for?
No, I'm just like to see what they're throwing down. They usually do like 3 pistols and maybe a rifle. They usually do like at least 3 pistols every year. That they kind of have like probably like $100 to maybe $150 discount on exclusive deal that they get or whatever.
So.
And you still have that AR pistol?
Edge, aren't you going to be gone anyway, so why worry about it?
I told my dad.
Oh, okay.
Hey, here's good news for Zombie Master Ed for his sister. They are starting tomorrow. Academy's putting the Smith & Wesson SDVE 9mm on sale for $289.
Oh, that's an awesome price. Is that the website or a local price?
You can't order them through Academy on the website. You have to go to the store.
That's good. So I pick one up at less than $300. It's a great deal.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
That's if you have an Academy near you.
I have one not so far away. Yeah, about an hour away, hour and a half. It's not far.
That's kind of neat. I
Southern
think,
Boulevard.
what is it? Outdoor World Bass Pro is doing a 1022 rigger carbine with a laser for $299.
That's not bad.
Mm.
Local pawn shop was trying to sell what are they called? Breakdown 1022 for like $500. It was smoking something.
And this is also a good deal. I got this one last year. The ammo cans, the 50 cal ammo cans for $10.
It's not bad.
That's regular price up here for
They-
gals.
They used to be like 12 or 15, but they're going for like 20 now on average if they're in decent shape with the gasket.
So-
They still sell them for $10 here.
Yeah, I'd look around for ammo cans. I know that you can get brand new 50 cal ammo cans, the metal ones with the gasket, for $20 at Academy. But if you find the Milsurp ones with a little rust on them, probably about $10 or $12.
These aren't bad.
I get my cans from AIM Surplus, and they're usually really good, no rust, and they're around $13 to $18 free shipping.
Yeah, if they got a little bit of rust on them, it's not a big deal. You just take some oil and some steel wool, sand that off, and just put a little bit of olive green paint on it. And
I just do a little dab
cover it
of
up.
Alistal with some steel wool, and then that's it.
That's what I just said. Some oil.
Yeah.
Damn it. God dang. No.
So-
But $10 is a hell of a deal. I mean, either way. And they're saying these are GI issued last year. I think they painted them. They already had somebody paint them. So they
$10 is a great deal. Get those, yeah.
Yeah, they
Where are they?
Bass Pro.
Oh, yeah, that's like a doorbuster to get you to come in.
Mm-hmm.
They'll rape you on everything else you buy, though.
Got busy watching Tex Grebner's bow videos.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, looking for a bow for me and one for my son. And then plus tonight after I mentioned we were looking at them, the friend that we met a friend at Barnes & Noble, and I mentioned we were looking at compound bows. And he's like, I've always wanted to get one just for, in case things go bad, you have an option other than handguns. And this is the guy I was going to get the shotgun for Christmas, but now I'm thinking, if I could find a bow and a good, a decent bow for around $350, I'll get him that instead.
So, Yankee, I have a diamond bow that is called the Razor. It's the youth model, and I've used it for the past 2 years, and it'll go from 30 to 60 pounds on the draw weight.
Well, he doesn't need 30 to 60. He needs 15 to 20.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, he needs a small. He's only 9, and he's a small 9-year-old.
Well, here's the thing: is
Nathan uses the youth model because he's that small.
Well, I was about to say, what I did is I bought the Razor. It's the Diamond Razor, yeah. So I bought that one so that when I got tired of it and my son got older, he could use it. That's why I bought the youth model bow. So I don't know, it's maybe an idea for you to get a bow for you fairly cheaply, get him a starter bow. Then when he gets old enough, he takes the Razor and you get yourself the next thing. Just an idea.
I haven't even decided whether for me, do I want a compound or do I want a recurve or do I want a takedown? What do I want? I'm drawn more to.
What about a bow flex?
I'm drawn more towards like a recurve bow, but I just like recurves better. But
recurves are a blast. Arms get tired after a while, but they're a blast.
Recurves are fun, but you're not going to hunt. Never mind. So yeah, get a recurve. You'll have more fun with it. But yeah, for hunting situations like me, when I shoot my wild pigs, I like a nice heavy-duty compound, punch right through.
I actually learned to shoot first with a recurve and then transitioned into the compound.
I learned to shoot at 14 with a recurve, and then my dad got me a Hoyt Youth model, and then I eventually, after a year or two, bought a nice hunting bow.
Now, with the recurve bow, don't you have to use the actual feather fletchings? You can't use the plastic ones, am I right? Or
it's preferable, yes. Well, here's the deal: is with a recurve bow, you typically have it where there's a little kind of curved peg sticking out that the arrow rests on. So when you fire it, the fletchings will hit the bow frame, and feathers are much more forgiving when it does that.
Right.
Okay. Whereas when you get something like a compound bow, you're probably going to go with a piece that sticks off that the feathers can pass right through without hitting anything, because they make special rests like that, like whisper biscuits and other types, or fallaways. And then you can use the vein ones because the feathers never touch. And with a recurve, you typically want the feathers to also be curved, so it'll make the arrow spin in the air.
Right.
Because when the arrow spins, it creates stability. With the bows where the feathers never touch when they go through the rest, it doesn't matter if they spin or not. If you tune it right, it just goes straight.
Have you guys ever? I'm sure you have, but have you ever seen the slow-mo video of an arrow? How it flexes? Something awful. I mean, it's amazing how that thing can be so accurate when it's flexing so much through its flight path.
It's all about
what aerodynamics
repeatability.
Does. Yep.
Yeah. It's all about the repeatability.
Yeah, with my recurve,
when I was a kid,
the nylon style, that really soft on my recurve, so they didn't do any wear.
When I was a teenager and we would shoot in our backyard. My dad had a real big backyard, and we got these called sod bales. They're like hay bales, but they're made out of shredded wood pieces, like stringed wood pieces. It's really weird stuff. Anyway, but they're the sod bales we had in the backyard, and I'd shoot those at 20 yards, and I could literally get to the point where I could hit the back end of the arrow and bust the fluorescent knockoff 50% of the time if I tried. And I can't do that with a pistol at 20 yards, but I can do it with a bow easy.
I was basically the same way. You get bored of shooting at the target and shooting, to get nice consistency in groups. So I started trying to shave the feathers off the arrow shaft without running the shaft, which is quite difficult, but I got pretty good at it because you get bored of taking the knocks off arrows pretty quick when you have to keep replacing them. So,
hey, we got a bunch of Robin Hoods in here. What's up?
Well, the thing about shooting a bow day in and day out in your backyard is eventually it's amazing. You zone out, and when you zone out and aren't paying attention, not even thinking about it, you start hitting your own arrows. When
you go into the zone is what it's called. You're actually in the zone.
But let me put it this way, Stone Guy, let's say you moved out to a place and set up a range like Hickok where you could walk out in the backyard and you, let's say, had magical YouTube money to get 300 rounds a day. How accurate would you get?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And that's the thing, is you can shoot arrows as long as your arm doesn't get tired.
Yeah, exactly. There's no cost in it, really, besides getting replacement arrows for all the ones you ruined when you start playing around. But my dad got pretty sick and tired of replacing my arrows, so I had to come up with other ways to entertain myself.
All right, guys. Hey, I'm going to hit it. I'll catch y'all after the weekend.
All right, man. Have a good night.
All right, buddy.
All right, thanks, man.
All right.
See you later, man.
Have a good one, 6 string.
Where'd Yankee go? Did you scare him off?
He dropped off. He's messing around with something. He'll probably be back.
Palmetto
That's
State.
why I want a crossbow. I just want to be able to do something again, but I'm sick of shooting the recurve and shooting the compound. That got boring.
I'm glad they lifted the restriction off the crossbows, because a while back you could only have a crossbow if you were handicapped. And now they've opened it up to everybody, which I think is a great idea.
And you can actually hunt now with the crossbow.
Yeah, in Texas you can hunt with a crossbow.
You guys ever see the channel Twang and Bang? He had a crossbow with an AR lower.
Yeah, I've seen those, yeah.
It was pretty freaking cool. I mean, I'm not into bows, but it was like really amazing.
If it would just be at a reasonable price, because I think it's outrageously overpriced to have that. It's like, I can just buy a crossbow at half the price.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's an interesting concept. You could take a crossbow and a rifle, half the crossbow and the rifle out to your stand, put the crossbow on, and then switch back to the rifle if you needed to. But like the reason I'm buying
how does that stand with the ATF though?
Fuck the ATF.
What does the ATF care if you shoot a crossbow?
I don't know. It's a weird combination. I don't know if they have anything to say about it.
The lower would have to be, sold under the normal conditions that it is now.
Yeah, I mean, if you bought a crossbow that you could stick an AR upper on without having to get a background check, I'm sure they'd be all up that company's rear.
Exactly.
Oh, that's what I thought you were.
No.
I didn't know.
Buy the crossbow top, like an upper, a crossbow upper.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I thought it was reverse. Sorry.
What is it? 4470 what?
4473. Yeah.
Thank you. I knew you guys had it because you're internet gun experts. I rely on you guys.
They drink, they smoke, and then they come to steal our guns.
I just want to go on record of saying that Mila Kunis has got to be the sexiest creature God ever invented.
Oh, shut up.
Dude, she...
The what?
I am not going to say that she is not super hot, but...
I'm watching a movie she's in.
She don't have a lot of hot
Say
men.
her name again, because I totally...
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, she's an attractive woman, but she doesn't... It's like when people, I remember saying that Nicole Kidman was the hottest chick ever, and I'm like, she's not ugly, but she doesn't...
It's the same way people have a fascination with Angelina Jolie.
I don't think she's that pretty, and I don't think Nicole...
I think Angelina... What?
What'd you say, Nicole Kidman? I don't think she's pretty at all.
Give me a Kaylee Coco any day of the week.
Angelina Jolie was hot when she had some meat on her bones. She had some, wasn't like a, freaking rail, thin as a rail.
Now she's Skeletor.
I don't think
she had her boobs cut off too, and that was the only. She had
a double.
That was the only thing about her that was redeeming was her boobs. Now
but that forgetting Sarah Marshall movie is on. That's what made me think of it. I'm watching this movie and I'm like,
so Stone Guy, I'm going to.
Megan Fox or where Jessica Alba was. Test.
Yeah.
We can hear you, Dan. Stone Guy, I'm going to ruin Mila Kunis.
Attractive that much anymore.
Stone Guy, I'm going to ruin Mila Kunis for you.
Why is that?
She is dating Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, no,
they're actually... You gotta be fucking kidding me.
No,
they're actually getting married or something, I heard.
Yeah, they're engaged or something,
don't make me throw up, man.
Yeah, that's horrible.
What do you expect, that's kind of the whole...
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
yeah, we're just ignoring you.
Well, it's just that this is a new headset, and it's supposed to be on mute right now.
Oh, yeah, well,
you're talking to us, so we can hear you.
Well, I apologize for speaking when I wasn't... I thought I was muted.
That's all right.
We talk over each other all the time. That's fine.
Well, now I got to return another headset.
Son of a bitch.
Sometimes it's just a matter of refreshing the page. Mine's done that before.
I think he means his headset has a switch. His headset has a switch. Yeah.
Yeah, mine does too.
See, Daniel,
that's not always a hardware issue, though.
See, Daniel, you have what my father refers to as stomach hands. Everything you touch turns to shit.
Yeah.
So my father used to tell me as a kid.
I mean, that's why I like this. In fact, you were the one that told me to get the Plantronics Edge, and that's what I finally ended up getting. And
that's what I have, and sometimes my button will do that, and you just have to refresh your page or unplug it, and unplug it from the computer and plug it back in, and it'll work.
Yeah. Well, I can unplug it, but
Stone Guy,
Yep.
So, guy, what do you think about Scarlett Johansson?
Give me a movie reference. I'm bad with names.
Oh my God, you don't know who Scarlett
Iron
Johansson
Man
is?
2 and the Marvel's The Avengers.
She's Black Widow in Marvel The Avengers.
Yeah.
She's what?
She's Black Widow in The Avengers. The Russian chick who's hot.
Yeah, Kentucky Bob. I'm checking
God.
the chat out every now and then, but Nathan is the host tonight, so I don't know if he wants to go over those comments or whatever that you left.
Scarlett Johansson was put, I believe, by Esquire as the sexiest woman in the world this year.
Let me look her up. Let me see.
Oh, how do you not know her?
And Iron Man 2.
He will know her as soon as he sees her tits.
Yeah, I just can't. No, I just can't. I just can't picture her. Let me see here.
Just Google Iron Man 2 Black Widow.
Wait, it's actually a gun question or kind of AR question.
Oh, see, I'm not big on blondes. I mean, she's not bad, but yeah.
She's not a redhead. She's not a redhead.
Stone Guy's got to Stone Guy says, come on.
Stone Guy says that a woman who's been ranked as the sexiest woman in the world twice is not bad.
The first picture that popped up is not that flattering of her.
He's really picky, dude. You understand?
Yeah, yeah, it's not. I'm not feeling more.
He takes his victims to cyberstalk.
Yeah. Hey, what do you guys think of?
No doubt she's not ugly, but she's
5-position
sexiest
buffer
woman in the world
two.
is not ugly. That is an awesome statement. Edge, what is the gun question?
5-position buffer tube. Would you hold out for a 6th position, or would you buy one if it's $12.99?
I wouldn't have a problem with a 5-position buffer.
You're really talking about a fucking quarter of an inch adjustment. It's not going to make a difference.
I'm just looking at it. It's on
whichever one's cheaper. That's the one I'd get.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I need a spare. I wanted to have a spare one, so.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what my wife says. Honey, that extra quarter inch isn't important. I love you anyway.
Yeah, she's saying an extra quarter inch, what she really means.
Yeah, and then you're like, how about now, after a Viagra? It makes a difference.
There's a reason why he married an Asian woman.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Low expectations.
Well, it's because they have little hands, so everything comparatively is big.
That's right.
I knew somebody was going to go there. And look who it was.
Oh, Randa, you so big.
You my big boy.
Yeah, I figured it would be Stone Guy. Dirty old man.
No,
I don't want to sound racist, but let me go ahead and do it anyway.
I bet she's tiny everywhere.
No, see, that's over the line. That's crossing the line, man. Why you got to go there about his wife? What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's my wife. You want to get booed out of this chat, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I don't care.
Oh, damn it. You got my hopes up for that.
Well, that being said, let's really not.
But now that you've said that, that is the wall, and don't go over it.
Yeah.
I did have this one time years and years ago where I was working and the coworker we were talking and stuff, and for some reason I showed him a picture of my wife in my wallet, and he's like, "Oh my God, she's gorgeous!" And I was just like, "Jesus, dude, what the f?" And he's like, "Oh, I have a fetish for Asian chicks." I was like, "All right, you're never gonna meet her in person."
Did you have to tell him to lay off the anime?
Yeah, I mean, just his reaction was so over the top. It's like scary.
Tell him to lay off the anime.
Yeah.
You see, now that Nathan has said that, now I'm really curious.
Well, keep going.
So why do you want a 5-position buffer tube instead of a regular?
Because it's cheap and it's available.
He thinks it's special.
Why do you want to pick up that girl standing on the street corner by the Motel 6? She's cheap and she's available.
I'm sorry, my standard is not that low. AIM search
have to be pretty damn low.
buffer tube kit for $30.
Yeah, I've seen you quit lying.
Lying about what?
Hey, yours aren't mine are, goddammit.
Abe Surplus is selling a DSG buffer tube kit for $30. So,
The only thing Zombie Master Ed checks is to see if she has an Adam's apple or not. Other than that, I don't think he's too picky.
I don't even think he checks that.
what should we talk about, Willis? No, I don't really like any of the girls from West Palm Beach or back Florida, for that matter. They're all nasty, syphilis, crusty troglodytes.
That drip, drip, drip is just the faucet.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
Keep talking.
I don't think he cares as long as she doesn't whip out anything bigger than like a 3-iron.
I'm just thinking of the type of chicks that would actually think Zombie Master Ed was attractive, and I really can't think of any unless they're transgender.
Like I said, as long as she doesn't whip out anything bigger than a 3-iron, he don't care.
Hey guys, let's be fair. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again.
It's not very nice.
Well, maybe, whatever. Let's see.
But I really do think of Zombie Master Ed as a blind, deaf, and without smell. So he's screwed at not getting screwed. He's screwed at getting screwed. Sorry.
Let me show you a picture of one. Start screen share. All right.
Hey, the guy with the mask on. What's your handle?
Can you see the picture?
For me? What do you mean my handle?
What's your channel?
Who's got their chat open?
It's actually Michael there because he does not have headphones, so we hear his.
Okay. So what's your channel name?
Mine channel. Delta 0125.
Okay, cool.
His videos are usually full automatic Tavor, full automatic Uzis, full automatic ARs, full automatic AKs, RPKs, all your favorite toys.
Not everything's full auto, Ed. That's just rapid fire.
Yeah, that's true. Wrap it up, just everything's full auto.
Hey, every other video has to deal with your damn stalker because someone gave him my number.
He looks like one of the Backstreet Boys.
Who does?
Delta.
Nah, he.
Aren't all the Backstreet Boys gay anyway? So it makes sense.
I didn't go there.
He's an
But I did.
See you later, Stone Guy.
I was going to wish him good luck
Stone
with
Guy.
that trigger mod in his lock, but damn bastard left too quick.
I was just checking my PMs, and Bad Company asked if anyone has blocked him. Evidently, he tried to get in the chat.
Nope. I did check my list.
I'm just mentioning it.
I have nobody on my block list.
Yeah. I don't know how long ago he posted
anyone.
that. Yeah, I don't have anybody, but I don't know how long that's been sitting in my box, whether it's been an hour or 5 minutes or...
How do you check to see if you block someone?
You got to go to your page, like to your Google Plus page, and you got to go to your list. If you haven't blocked anybody, you haven't. But I mean, I did go through mine, and what happened is I have multiple accounts, and I had one that was old, and I had to go in there and tune it up.
You go, what is it, channel settings, and then what's the next one?
People.
Yeah.
And then action tab.
Yeah, people in that little down there, you have to go to or your circles. You go to people, your circles, and then actions down there, and then view blocked.
I don't have anybody blocked.
I'll triple check, but I'm pretty sure I don't.
Yes.
Nope, I got no one blocked. So
Double checking right now.
I mean, I wouldn't block. Bad Company's my friend, so why would I block them?
yeah.
Same here.
Well, Bad Company, try again and let us know if you're having trouble still.
Yes, I will keep my PM page open this time.
I have no one blocked because I have no idea of how to do that anyways.
I have nobody blocked. In fact, he keeps asking me, do you want to invite this person as a friend? Do you want to add him as a friend? Do you want to follow him on Twitter?
So
I should invite Rosenberg.
Invite some more people in. I don't care, man.
No,
As long as they're civil and nobody hates them.
No, he's making fun of me.
Damn, then how did you let Zombie Master Ed in here?
Oh, we like Zombie Master.
No, Rosenberg's the guy that's been stalking the past 2 years. No.
Okay, then don't do that.
He's just making fun.
Okay, it's a joke. Sorry. All right,
Yeah.
anyway.
Hey, it would liven up the chat, though.
No, quit it, Doctor. I'm being serious, I'm not joking, quit it.
So, the good news, it looks like the guy who I bought the 44 mag Smith & Wesson from has finally gotten around to shipping it from his FFL, and I should have it Monday, which is good news because I was looking into doing that crazy astronaut postal woman trick and getting some Depends and driving to Georgia.
I mean, come on, Stone Guy is slow. Come on, you got to give him time to actually ship something.
Actually, it's not Stone Guy I bought it from. It's a guy on Gunbroker. But I was sitting there thinking, if this guy is like messing with me, it's like I wonder if Stone Guy can go and visit him. If he's like, if he's
you know something. It probably was Stone Guy. You just don't realize it.
No, I talked to the guy on the phone. He's a nice guy, and I didn't feel it was a problem. But, you know, there's so many scams out there. I mean, I got so many customers come in with somebody who just sets them up with elaborate scams to get their money, you know?
Yeah.
Damn, I got to figure out how to become a victim of one of those. I just want to come in and meet you.
I've hit a couple of those.
You would think that the last people they would want to try and scam would be of the gun community type, you know?
Yeah, I was about to say, to think about it, probably a lot of people don't try to pull scams on Gunbroker because that could really, not to use a bad pun, backfire on them.
Yeah. No, you got to be careful when you're doing like the armsless thing and doing a person-to-person because there are a lot of shady people out there.
Well, yeah, person-to-person you have to be concerned. In fact, I'm looking at selling like my Glock 21, but I'm going to put it on Texas Gun Trader, but I'll just make sure I meet them in a public area and I'll be carrying, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. I'll go on Florida Gun Trader, that's my version of Texas Trader, and meeting people, it's a good idea to bring somebody else with you, and it's a good idea to keep a weapon loaded in the vehicle when you meet this person. So if anything goes down, you got your buddy in the car dialing 911 saying, you know, back the fuck up.
Fuck that, I leave a spare gun in my damn vehicle whenever I do some shit like that. And with someone else in there.
I always have one on me, and I always meet in a very high traffic,
I was
place because if they try something, there's going to be so many freaking witnesses.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to meet them in a public place and be carrying a gun.
Yeah, but
and I always make sure that they have
and not the gun I'm selling them. I'm going to be carrying a gun ready to pull.
And have someone with you.
Yeah,
I always meet though in a place that actually is under surveillance too, which makes a big difference.
I mean, you want all those things, but you also want a second set of eyes, i.e., a witness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Taco Bell, you know, but still, in this area, it doesn't matter if it's a mall. Well, actually, you can't go to a mall, but...
I wouldn't meet at a freaking Taco Bell because of all the druggies that go in there. They think it's their fix.
They'll do it in front of a crowd of 50 people, you know, smash and grab type shit. They don't give a shit. There was a bank robbery a couple weeks ago, 100 witnesses. They don't give a shit. They went home, actually, and then after they went home, they got back on the road. Cops. I don't know if the cops caught them or not. I just went off topic in there.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, you know, if it's a person who's contacted you, you've talked to them on the phone, vetted them a little bit, you're meeting them in a public place, it's probably going to be just fine.
Yeah, but...
You can get I mean, I've turned down people where the people just sounded shady on the phone.
Yeah.
So you got to really do your fair share of that.
If I get on the horn and they're speaking Ebonics and want to meet me 30 miles away in South Dallas, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
No, I always pick the place.
No, thank you, Holmes.
Yeah. I always pick the place because I know the place. I know the security. Security cameras are there. There's a lot of traffic. There's always people.
Taco Bell.
I've had somebody message me, "Can you meet me at 9 o'clock at night at a closed down business?" And I'm like, "Hell no."
Yeah, or they meet you at a parking lot away from everything.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not doing that.
No. The Taco Bell, because that's where the cops are always at. Not kidding. 24/7. There's usually about 4 cop cars in the Taco Bell parking lot, and it's a lot of crowd, a lot of people. Perfect place, and it's always good to bring somebody else with you, just in case they steal your shit. You have a witness.
But here's one other thing I do: is I say I want to meet somebody at a certain spot in like the parking lot. And then I'll park a few rows away, just watch to see what kind of car they drive up in.
Yeah. What are
if they're driving in a big piece of crap car with, the license plates removed, I'm not going to do the deal, even though I haven't seen that happen yet. But that's the stuff I kind of look for.
I like that people are buying the GoPros and putting them on their dashboards in the back and in the front. So that, no matter what happens, they got it on camera.
So get this. So my wife took me as armed backup to purchase this in a bookstore parking lot. It's a workout video. She's like, "Can you come with me? Bring your gun. I'm meeting someone in the parking lot to buy a workout video."
I'm going to say that.
Like, sure, baby. I'll back you up.
She's going to be working on something else if it's that guy that she's after. I'd be careful there, and you just might lose you to that guy on the cover.
We should have just pulled the old, he's going to work out in the bedroom.
You're more danger from that guy coming after you, Quark. Shanti is, let's say...
prefers the company of men?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Hey, weird stuff about women's boats. That's all I gotta say.
I love it. I saw a comedian once. He said, all you women want someone who's funny and sensitive, who cleans up, who works out, and that you want him, but you can't have that guy because he's got a boyfriend.
Damn Skibby.
Yeah, it always cracks me up what women say they want, and then what you actually see they actually will go out with is the opposite things. So they have this idea, but they're never attracted to what they claim they want.
Yeah. Girl says she wants somebody that will respect her, this and that, and will take care of her, be honest. Meanwhile, she's actually dating a piece of shit.
Right. All the girls who say they want the nice guys date jerks. It's
I was going to say, there's a lot of women that end up with assholes because, they're attracted to them. Shit, look at me. I got married twice.
Excellent case in point, Edge. I'll be right back.
But the thing is, it's like, I can fix them. That's a woman's point of view. I can fix them.
I've heard that. I've heard that before.
Hey, Montana. Long time no see. How you doing, bro?
This is a test. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
No, I can't.
Damn.
By the way, Montana, just in case you forgot, you're muted. And I'm actually dressed like I've seen him dressed in these chats.
You better have your clothes on, Quark.
Quark's wearing a
No, I've got a sweater on, I've got a cap on, and I got a hoodie pulled up over my skull cap. I am that frickin' cold.
You're in your winter clothing.
I got 2 frickin' blankets on my lap, a cat on my lap, and...
Why?
I turned my heat up 5 degrees. It's just that it's... This is like the first day that we're not breaking 32. And I'm always like this, like the first couple days that it's below 32 degrees.
You need to go outside and create a big bonfire and just snuggle up next to it.
Man up, son.
It doesn't matter. I'm always like this the first few days when it's really, really cold. My body will get used to it, and then I'll be back to being naked.
Woo!
Polar bear clothes, yeah!
Edge is just waiting for that day. I'll be naked and you'll be all excited.
Of course, now in the background, it's getting hot in here. Take off all my clothes.
You actually know the words to that song.
That's right. Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm down like that.
I'm sick and tired of all these Beretta versus Glock videos. I love Beretta.
I was gonna say, where have you been, dude? When I got back in like 2009, 2010, when I was started checking out a lot of the gun videos. Well, actually, I just checked on a long time before then, but I was really, focusing on getting a purchase. All you would see, Beretta versus Glock, 9mm versus 45, over and over and over and over again.
Who cares? Draw your own conclusions. That's what I do. I look at those videos, the versus videos. I don't watch. I want to hear what people have to say about the gun.
But you have to keep in mind, there's always people that are new to guns that have never seen it before. So
by the way, there was one thing.
Yeah, we know.
CCW practice and all that, which was they cared more about 1911s than anything else.
It's like Ford and Chevy.
Pretty much.
Michael, you gotta get yourself a pair of headphones if you want to keep doing these live chats. It's hard.
I had a pair, but I had a mic, but someone freaking stopped the shit out of it. So
the other thing you could do is use a pair of earbuds, and then you won't get the feedback. You listen through the earbuds, and then you use the mic you're using now.
Mm-hmm.
And then it can't do that loop.
Yeah, it makes a big, huge difference because that's hard on everybody listening and in the chat.
Yeah, and
especially all of us with headphones on because we hear it extra loud.
And with earbuds, you should probably have some already. Then it doesn't cost you anything.
Every now and then you have a computer that can balance it out, like in my the gaming computer I have inside the living room. That one I can do it without I can have the speakers full blast and nobody tells me anything. But it's just that balance on that particular setup.
With mine, with Skype, I have no issues using my webcam and the mic without using the headset at all. Yet in these Google Plus, I have to use the headset.
How's about that? Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. Yeah, I turned my volume down to 60.
What was it at before?
Is that 100?
Why are people dissing the Mosin?
Somebody, is it ice cream time?
No, I'm eating Rotel cheese dip. I'm out of ice cream and I'm not buying any more. I'm gonna see if I can get off it.
Good luck.
I'm gonna break the habit.
Someday you'll be as old as I am, except hopefully not as fat.
Yeah, I got to eat something though, man, so I don't fall off the ice cream wagon and go out and buy something.
I tell you, getting off of
my wife's going to come into the kitchen at 3 a.m. and catch me with a half gallon of Bluebell just stuffing my face.
Yeah, in your tidy whities.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to go skinny dipping right now in a lake, but yeah.
Isn't it like 20 degrees?
8 degrees. And there's like probably, 2 feet of ice before you reach water in a lake. In other words, if I were to do that and then sit down on the porch, I'd look like the dog from Joe Dirt.
You already look like that. Maybe it would actually be an improvement. Hey, guess who's texting me right now?
Obama.
No, never mind. Drop it. I forgot that this isn't Skype's Google Hangout. It's the new layout.
On your screen, put the phone up to your camera and let it focus.
No. I'm thinking go hunting sometime maybe this November, or not, this December or January. Use the new nose and like that.
Why don't you just grab a couple of tegu lizards and throw them in that black F-150 that keeps stalking you?
Thinking hunting either razorback or just wild pig. Dang.
Okay, so I just thought of a question since we were talking about food a second ago. If you were going to be, let's say, snowed in or for some reason be trapped in your house for 2 weeks, and you had beans and rice and survival food like Spam and shit, what's the one food you would want to have a good supply of your comfort food?
Hot Pockets.
M&M's and Hot Pockets.
Ice cream. Can't help it.
I like the
I'm with you, brother.
Peanut M&M's. Those are my favorite.
A new thing I found is the honey barbecue Fritos. I freaking love those. That's like my new comfort food.
Oh, one of my guys who works for Frito-Lay told me that they now only at Target have Frito-Lay wavy chips covered in chocolate.
Yeah, my mom works at Target. Actually, I shouldn't say what she works, but yeah, those are excellent.
Yeah, but for 2 weeks before I found these honey barbecue, and I can't eat those all the time because it'll freaking screw up my blood sugar.
Yeah. Plus all that sodium, isn't that bad for you?
Yeah. So my thing would be cottage cheese and potato chips. So it has to be a combo because I love the combo.
Oh. No, but Quirk, isn't a lot of sodium bad for your issue?
Oh, well, sodium is bad for sodium in abundance is bad for everybody. It doesn't affect me like.
Oh, I'm
if I were to eat a gallon of sugar compared to a gallon of salt, there would not be the same issue.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it exacerbated.
No.
Someone mentioned blood sugar. Do they have the Beatus too?
I don't know.
Yeah, Delta 0125 has the diabetes.
It's diabetes.
I know, but we didn't make fun of it. He says
I'm a type 1 diabetic.
I'm sorry.
Brother!
You know, Obama has a cure for it. Just won't let people have it.
Well, Obamacare that I still can sign up for after a month and a half?
Our government is the leading cause of type 2 diabetes in the world, dude.
Obama does have a cure for it.
Different.
Unfortunately, it's Obama does have a cure for it. Unfortunately, it's called a hollow point.
All right, yeah.
Or at least according to his Obama.
Yeah, you're not making any sense. So my favorite food is Reese's Christmas trees. Screw the regular ones. Screw the pumpkins. Screw the rabbits. I love the Christmas tree Reese's. They're the perfect balance of texture and chocolate to peanut butter ratio in my mind.
What are they? Reese's
you need to get off that kick you got right now.
What's in that dip? What's in that dip you're dipping?
That's Velveeta and Rotel.
Are you sure there's not a little crack in there?
In other words, it's really good dip.
It's very addictive.
I love that dip. I almost got some Velveeta and some Rotel today, but I'm like, I really don't feel like making it up. But it's freaking awesome. I do agree with Nathan. That stuff is awesome together.
Well, Velveeta is like a slow motion hand grenade to the heart.
So what? I'm not gonna. I'll be lucky to make it to 60, so I'm enjoying what I can.
Well, it'd be one thing if you were already, 57 and looking for 60. What's your,
It's statistically, type 1 diabetics do not live nearly as long as those with type 2, and don't live nearly as long as anybody that doesn't have frickin' diabetes. Type 1 is the one that sucks. That's where your anti-immune system attacks your pancreas, the cells that actually produce the insulin. They just recently found that out like 2 months ago. They found the cause of it.
You would have think something like that would have been major news. And why this is the first I'm hearing of it?
It was major news. It got a 2-minute spot on the national news at 5:30 our time. Had a 2-minute spot on there.
Well, I mean,
it was like 2/3 of the way through the programming.
Well, I'm just thinking that, I mean, although it's not a cure, but, I mean, it's like if you find the exact cause of cancer, that's a major step towards a cure, is the cause.
Right.
Yeah, but companies.
But how many cures for the autoimmune disorder that people have,
They want to keep people on the medication and make profit.
But the autoimmune diseases are so much harder to cure than anything else.
Or let's just say more effectively treat. How about that? That you can treat for at least a normal lifespan?
No. There's no way.
Well, I'm saying that would be the goal, not that it can be done.
That's a goal, yeah, but there's no way it's going to happen for me. I already have a body of a 60-year-old, so.
You treat your body like an amusement park?
Oh, pretty much.
Every day the right hand goes for a ride?
Who says I'm not a switch hitter?
I don't have MS. I'm just having a good time.
Sometimes you have to switch it up, lefty,
I don't want to be a downer here. I was already given a 1 in 10,000 chance when I was diagnosed with diabetes to make the night, so I've already lived past expectations. So all the way out, the rest is just a fun ride.
Wow. Yeah, that's still a downer. Yeah.
No, you got to look at it positively. I know I've got a number of days left to live, roughly, so I'm going to enjoy it. Screw it.
I mean, it's a great attitude to have. It's just that it's hard for anyone else to say something in return to that.
Yeah.
The minute you are freaking conceived, you are dying.
I understand everyone's got their expiration date as soon as they're born and everything, and some people just expire faster than others. But
yeah, I know I won't live to reach retirement, so I'm going to enjoy myself. And Girk, knock that off, or I will give you a very, very special gift there.
Hey, we got the gherkin.
That's
What's going on, fellas?
His camera distorts the shape of his head.
Actually, kind of good.
I'm sitting there looking at Girk, and I'm going, damn, when did he start looking like a horse?
It's like a circus mirror.
We call that the Sarah Jessica Parker look.
Yeah, let's get off this, what everybody else considers a bummer subject. Just keep in mind, you only got a limited amount of time to spend with me, so enjoy every second, whether I'm clothed or not.
All right, so bummer subject to...
Everybody gets bummed out. It's like, well, it's something.
Hey guys, I picked up a new purchase today.
What'd you get, man?
Guess what I got?
Your shield.
Another
no, I've been had that.
Herpes. Herpes. That's what I got.
Ben had that.
He's already had that. He's had his gonorrhea.
Syphilis.
High point.
Oh, don't pigeonhole him into that, Mark. Come on.
He got a video controller. He got an Xbox.
Congratulations, your hard drive's in crap.
Xbox.
Now, I got a question for you. Why are you on here with frickin' us if you just got an Xbox One? No games?
No, yeah, I got 2 games. I'm just watching Netflix with my girl.
So why are you with us when you're with your girl?
What the hell, man?
You've got a problem.
Man. What the hell are you doing in here? What's wrong?
No. Okay. Hear me out.
But Gert, you should have a controller in your hand or a handful of ass.
Listen, hold on.
Single men and married men. That's what's allowed in here.
Check this out. Hear me out. My girlfriend's over, so I can't just sit here and play the Xbox. So we're watching Netflix.
We can't play with anything else.
But that's for after. That's after the chat. So then and then with the Xbox, you gotta install the games first. You can't like You can't just put them in and play them. You got to wait to install them anyway. So
oh, bummer! Right, that's so much work.
Oh my God! Oh,
it takes like
have to
30, 45 minutes.
Please install.
That is a first world problem.
It is, man. It is, man. It is.
It's like,
it really
you know, I would eat this food, except I have to actually open up the little plastic container.
No, I mean, when you buy something and you got to sit and wait for it to install.
I have to sit and wait for something to install to be entertained for hours on end. Son of a bitch.
Exactly.
You know in a month they're going to go back
I want it, and I want it now, but it doesn't work like that. It's horrible.
Neither does a hot pot.
What can I possibly do while it installs with all the other electronic devices to distract me in my home? While one other electronic device is floating.
It's horrible. It's like fucking.
I get the iPad, the iPhone.
It's like
Netflix,
shit hit the fan like right now. You know what I mean?
There are a million things you can do.
Go to the girlfriend, and then you come back to the install.
Exactly.
I was about to say, you start the install, bang the girlfriend, come back and see if it's done.
Start the install.
You gotta remember, he only lasts 30 seconds, so.
Maybe
he's gonna find a lot of other things to do while it's installing.
Maybe Begurt knows something, a secret called foreplay, Quark. Foreplay.
Then he only lasts 1 second.
Save Nurse Chapel.
Bluetooth, don't follow me.
Come on, Captain Kirk, go save Nurse Chapel from the lizard people.
It's called using time wisely, man. You know. What's going on though? What were we talking about before I hopped in?
You don't want to know.
We're just trying to figure out why you're here.
We're talking about me and my short lifespan. So
yeah,
we need to really move on to something else.
All right.
I mean, it's Saturday night. We have no girlfriends, and then you show up.
Hey, look, see, I have all night. That's the thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
Well, once you're 30 seconds up, you're just gonna fall asleep anyway.
So basically,
hold on. This is the problem. This is the difference between me and you guys.
You can only go around the track once.
I can always get it. You guys are like once a monthers. So you guys get really excited. It's not a big thing.
Nathan is married with kids, so he gets it once a year.
Right.
No.
Only on his birthday.
Sometimes Grandma takes the kids for a day.
Yeah. Watching this, baby.
I look forward to that.
Wait, and don't you got to give her a foot rub beforehand? Kind of ruins the mood.
Oh no, foreplay for me is like doing the dishes and vacuuming the living room.
No shit, huh?
That sucks even more.
My wife comes in and sees me doing the dishes. She's like, "Oh, that's so sexy, baby." I'm like, "All right, whatever gets you going."
Use that palm olive.
So I'm surprised he's not doing dishes every night.
Work that brush.
Makes me wonder what she said. Like she walked into you lubing it up or something.
Is that Cascade there, baby? You gonna fill that in?
Pine Sol?
OxyClean, extra strength.
Hey.
What's up, boys?
What's up, man?
Hey, I'm glad you got my message.
What's going on, boys?
Not much. You want to know who was doing the chat? And I saw the post, so I thought I'd fill you in.
Fill us in.
Are you live?
I did. I said I filled you in when Phil was running it and gave you a freaking link.
Yeah. You got us the link.
Are you live?
Yes, we are live.
They're driving.
Right? Yeah, you guys are live, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are driving around fucking the middle of nowhere, Florida, trying to find this bar.
Okay, they're going to a bar. I was afraid they were doing some type of Batman and Robin patrol.
Trying to do what?
We're looking for.
Oh no!
We're looking for crime.
What part of Florida?
Yeah, they're actually doing a little cougar hunting.
Huh? Oh, cougar hunting was the last one. I think we're gonna go for girls the next one.
Should be pretty good with the Xbox.
Dude, you should see this one woman. She had crow's feet so deep you could get lost in them, but her tits were so big that they like didn't even make it over the top of the bar. It was unbelievable.
Damn, big tits.
What part of Florida?
Huh?
I'm thinking about
Lauderdale area.
Fort Lauderdale.
I know where that is.
Yeah.
Not too far away.
Yeah. It's a good time. We went and shot some IDPA with PR Chico and Anthony from Tactical Life today. First time I ever shot IDPA, same thing with Tac Daddy.
And he beat me by 1 spot.
I beat him by 1 spot. IDPA is kind of weird, man. Like I learned workspace reload, like right in front of your face, and they had this. The rule was you couldn't have your muzzle above the berm. So I'm like, well, workspace reload's like right in your face, so it's like immediately over the berm. You automatically lose. So I was constantly getting called for like procedural errors because my muzzle wasn't straight ahead the entire time. It was weird. It was hard.
Yeah, you have to reteach yourself to match what they think you should do. Like, okay, now jump behind the cover, reload, then come out again.
Pretty
much.
much.
Reminds me of that video game. What is it? Is it some time cop or something where you have to push the pedal to get out from under cover?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those things.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. They've got the guns that actually like recoil and stuff like that in the arcade game. Yeah, it's kind of what it was like. A great group of guys though. Safety was paramount, but man, it was over the top safe. Like it was just like holy crap. Like there was one time I was down on the ground and I was shooting Tula brass cased. And out of a gun that I had to borrow because my gun smells like explosives, so I couldn't take it through TSA. That wouldn't have made it at all. So I was borrowing an M&P from a friend, shooting Tula ammo out of it, and for some reason it just went through the sequence where it was jamming. No apparent reason, just jamming for nothing. And I'm laying on the ground, my gun malfunctions, and my brain immediately says, clear the malfunction. And the range officer's like yelling at me, like, ground your gun, drop it. Just let it down, because I had already finished the drill. And it was like, my instinct kicked in, like, fix your gun, get it back up. And he's telling me to just drop it. And I'm like, why? It's broken. It needs fixed, damn it. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Floridians are in general stupid. That's what it is.
I know what you're saying because the 1 or 2 times I've been to IDPA, it is a different kind of culture. They are overly paranoid about safety.
Yeah, and I get it.
For people who draw from the hip and fire and then go undercover, it's very weird. It's like, dude, you're pulling from the hip and shooting, but you're so overly safe in these other things.
And it probably tells to the fact that before they did all these rules, people were getting shot or having negligent discharges.
Did you have a window open?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I bet you the air conditioning's blowing right on this thing.
Air conditioning.
But I bet you. But the thing is, I had a conversation with like a chief range instructor, and or the chief safety officer there. And, you basically have to cater the whole course of fire and the whole event to the lowest common denominator, The fuckhead that has never fucking shot before in his life and he doesn't have any idea about muzzle awareness or weapons manipulation or anything like that. So that's what it really turned into was, you have to make sure that if you have a complete idiot out here, that nobody's going to get killed. And
there are a lot of idiots.
Yeah, IDPA is open to all, and there's always a new guy there.
Yeah, we were the new guys.
Well, yeah, but by new guy, I mean a guy who doesn't have any range etiquette.
Well, I mean, oh yes, look at this place. Holy shit, man, skirts everywhere. Hey, sorry guys, we might have to drop you.
Yeah.
No, first show us outskirts.
Leave it
She's
live.
kind of big, but okay.
Leave it live and duct tape the phone to your shoe.
I was just gonna
Okay,
say.
that's what it is. I see how it is. You guys have to be completely quiet, though. Oh, dude, where are we parking? We're parking all the way back here. We don't have any weapons. We're drunk. We can't.
I'm sorry, dude.
All we have is knives. We can't do anything back here. All right, hey.
Put on a weapon here.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Oh, we have weapons.
That's in a little.
Oh, really? How do you? Oh yeah. Oh, dude, seriously?
Huh?
Oh yeah, you guys didn't see that.
There's nothing to see.
There's nothing to see.
Actually, you know what?
All I saw was a wallet.
Yeah, you should probably put that away.
All right, we're good. Let's go.
All right. Hey guys, see you later.
All right. Have a good one, man.
At least you could have shown us some chicks before.
Remember to double bag it.
Yeah. Oh man, the bar scene. I remember that back in the day. Craziness.
Yeah.
We only have
I'm
one.
gonna wake up tomorrow morning with
All those unfulfilled expectations. You're hopeful at the beginning, and then there's the 2:00 a.m. walk of shame home, and you didn't bag nothing.
Or the 2:00 walk of
After
shame
party.
with the next day waking up and being like, I didn't remember meeting Chewbacca last night.
Yeah. When did you get an Adam's apple?
Weren't you about
Really?
100
You're
pounds
350
less last night?
Why
Did
the
you get
fuck did I get a
about 100 pounds heavier than
Final
you.
AR-15? Well, I'm gonna kill me some sand monkeys.
I think you looked a lot better last night in the bar with the low lighting.
Exactly. And you wonder why bars are always dimly lit.
Well, no, they're down in Florida. Going into a club, you gotta get in with the doorman. There's gonna be nothing but hot chicks down there.
Yeah, that's not the problem.
Yeah. Problem is, you find the hot chick, and then that's when the difficulty begins.
Yeah.
Just ask them to dance or something. It's not too hard.
You go there, you buy a really expensive suit, and go there and ignore them until they come over to you. That's what Tom Likas would tell you to do.
That actually works. They see money and they
Oh yeah.
Ching.
Oh, you want to know what the other trick is? You go to an ATM machine, dig through the garbage can till you find like a ATM receipt that like has 6 figures on it. You put that in your pocket. When you meet the girl, you're like, "Oh, here, let me give you my number," and you write it on that and give it to her. She'll call. Guaranteed.
We used to always play the quarter game. You flip the quarter, and you call heads or tails. And if you're wrong, you got to go ask the girl to dance. And most of the time they're either cool. They'll say, "Oh, I got my boyfriend," or "I can't dance," or whatever. I had one lady. She totally was a bitch. Told me that she wouldn't dance with me if I was the last person on earth. And I just looked at my friend and smiled and turned back to her and told her I had to go poop anyway.
Nice. All right, so let's talk about the other girls in our lives. Our
Please don't make me
our
talk about
guns.
this one that broke my heart. Nah.
Do any of y'all have any female names for your guns like the Marines do?
I'm not even gonna talk about
This is my 1911 Shirley.
I call her Vera.
I have a high point 45 that I keep on my ATV called Bertha.
Nice.
And she happens to be a chick with a dick.
Yeah, but those high points, they're as heavy as a brick.
Yeah, exactly. That's why every girl I've ever met named Bertha are fat girls.
Even the 9mm. I couldn't believe it, how heavy they were.
I've never taken it out of that ATV, the box, and it's still popped off a few shots the other day, but it's still running like a champ, and I've had it for almost 6 years.
Doesn't it at some point start to rust?
I keep it. It's a plastic closed box, saddlebag box on the side of the ATV. But I have never taken it out in 6 years. Out of there, never brought it inside. It's been out in negative 40-degree weather.
What is it?
It's a High Point 45.
I got it for $80, I think.
Four-wheeler
At a gun show.
But then again, I guess that's another testament to the gun is a lot more
it's just as reliable as a Glock.
Durable than people give it credit for. It's,
I just bought it for guns I don't want to take out. I leave it in certain places that I didn't care about.
Well, I mean that's an excellent point. I have a gun that it's a Remington 1170 semi-automatic shotgun that I bought off a guy who left it outside in the rain. I had to completely Dremel the thing to get all the rust off of it. It's pitted. I completely refinished it and painted it, and now it stays in the back of my truck because if somebody breaks in and steals it, they're going to get a $150 12 gauge, but the thing runs like a champ.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care if that gun gets stolen when I'm out. If I park it when I go hunting or some shit, or go shoot the coyotes and everything.
Which is why, on more than one occasion, I have been also tempted to buy a High Point for that exact reason, for what I'll call a specialty purpose, where if it were to get broken, whatever, stolen, lost, it would be no big deal to me.
Also, High Points have a lifetime warranty, so like even if it's busted, you send it to them, they'll fix it, send it right back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even pay for that. I wouldn't even pay for the shipping for that.
I mean, all the guns that I keep in my vehicle are replaceable. So, like, I have, I never leave a Kimber in my vehicle.
Yeah.
Those are always on my side. But I won't think twice about leaving a Glock. Because people are like, oh, you leave a Glock in your car, what if it gets stolen? I'm like, I'll go buy another Glock.
Yeah, but Nathan, everybody has a different pricing point. What's expensive to you is different than what's expensive to somebody else.
That's
so
very
for
true.
you're 1911. For someone else, it might be a Glock. They don't want that $500-600 Glock getting stolen.
Well, I don't want it being stolen either. I mean, I'm not like saying I can go out and just shell 500 at any instant. But I mean, as far as what I consider my minimum reliable carry pistol, it would probably be, my car or one of my Glocks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on the lower end of my arsenal.
Yeah.
And mine's a High Point.
Now, granted, I got some cheap guns in my arsenal, but not pistols. I've cycled out of all the cheap pistols I had. I've sold them or given them to friends and stuff.
You've gotten rid of that Caltech?
Actually, my Caltech is over my fireman next door neighbor had to send his XDS off, and he doesn't have another pistol, so I gave him my Caltech.
Which one do you have?
What Caltech is it?
PF9
or something? Yeah.
Is that as reliable as Luke's? Or?
I put 300 rounds through it and never had a problem with it.
Yeah, I've only heard some.
I mean, if you get a PF9 and take it to the range and put 100 rounds through it, it's probably going to be reliable for the next 200 or 300 rounds. But if you take it out and put 100 rounds through it and it breaks, then you got one of the ones that needs to be sent back and fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching, I think, Yankee. He said something about it being the worst gun to have, and I've shot one before. I didn't think it was the worst gun to ever have. He must have really had a bad breakup with one or something. I don't know.
I will tell you why I don't carry the PF9 any longer or put it in my vehicle, because I have the car, and just it's not that I don't trust the PF9, it's that I can't shoot it accurately. That's my issue with it.
That's my issue. And on top of that, in the wintertime,
that the PF9 used to fill.
In the wintertime, if you shoot them and your hands are numb, it basically feels like a grenade going off in your hands, literally.
Well, I went to the range and I fired all my guns, and the PF9 I shot by far the worst. And I knew I would, simply because the trigger pull is so long, heavy, and atrocious, and it's such a small gun. The car, though, it has a beautiful trigger mechanism in it. For being a small gun, I can still shoot it fairly accurately.
before I got rid of it, I had a Rough Rider 22 Magnum. I kept it underneath the seat. It's a cowboy gun, 22 Magnum.
Yeah, that's a good point. The one thing I could think of using a judge or a governor for would be a center console car gun. I really can't see any use of carrying one. But
When I go out backpacking, I take it when we're moving cattle or something. When it snakes, well, you'll tear up a snake with a 410.
Yeah, I can see it as a snake gun. Yeah.
Well, that's a good question, Nathan. Would a high point be a good center console gun where it just literally stays there all the time?
Yeah, I would
sure
say
if it'll
so.
fit. I mean, the judge will fit in a center console a lot better than a high point. But yeah, if it'll fit in your center console, sure.
Whatever you have holstered stays on you, but that stays in the console all the time.
Yeah. No, I mean that's an excellent. That's one thing I can say that the high point has going for it, and a low price point with it being heavy but very reliable. It makes an excellent expendable vehicle type gun.
I would
That's
not
a good way of putting it.
in my life unless it's like the absolutely last option that I had. Just saying, and even then, I'd probably beat the person over the head with it.
Well, yeah, you empty the magazine, throw it at them.
Actually,
I've never really heard anyone say high points are not reliable.
Yeah, I've never really had a problem shooting it because of the weight and the recoil. It almost balances itself out, at least with a 45.
And a novice would probably be really scared if you stuck it in their face. Because it's such a big, ugly gun. They're like, oh my God, what is that gun? I'm getting the hell out of here.
It's just, of the, what I'll call $200 or possibly under guns, it seems to be, of the, relatively speaking, the most reliable of that class.
I can agree with that.
That's a multi-shot gun.
Honestly, the first time I saw High Point, I thought it was Chinese made.
Or a revolver would be, again, not counting a revolver, not counting a single shot.
Now, see, with a revolver, I really, 38s are okay, but I watched a thing on the Miami shootout where they actually had the surviving FBI agents talking, and they were just talking about how many times they hit that guy.
Did you watch that today?
Yeah, it was Southern Prepper 1 had a link off of it. Yeah,
I'm subbed to him as well. That's how I saw it as well.
Yeah, but that guy was he's all out of his mind. Shoot him in the head.
Well, that's what they eventually did, but it's just it's a testament to speaking to how many times and how many agents put rounds at him and hit him with actual rounds, and he kept going through it.
Wait, which video are you talking about? The one, the 1986 Miami shootout, or the 2000 whatever zombie guy?
No, the 81, the 86 shootout. Yeah, 86 shootout.
The guy had on heavy clothing. He was on drugs. Both of them were, and he had a .223 rifle. I forget if it was a M1 or whatever.
He wasn't wearing heavy clothing. He was wearing running shoes and a jogging suit.
The L.A. shooting, a bank robbery.
Yeah.
But
it was a Mini 14, Ed.
So
yeah, he had a Mini 14, and he was wearing tennis shoes, like running shoes. One of the officers said he saw, and the way they portrayed him in the film was he was wearing basically what looked like a track suit. I mean, they were in Florida. He wasn't wearing heavy clothing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, back then, a 38 special was, nowhere near what a regular 38 load is now. And
he also got hit with multiple rounds of buckshot.
Yeah, I will tell you that
he was on drugs.
Hold on, he was not on drugs, and the FBI agents, because they autopsied him and they found out he was not on drugs, but the FBI agents, even the ones carrying, they had the 38s in the ankle and then they had 357s, none of them had a single 357 Magnum round in any of their guns. They were shooting all 38 plus P, which is what the Bureau was issuing, and then I think 3 of the agents had 9mm. So the heaviest duty stuff they had, besides the buckshot shotguns, which only one guy got a shotgun into play, was the 9mm.
Yeah, and that's the guy who had to run it with one hand because his other hand was shot.
Yeah, when he ran up, well, it's interesting because when he ran up, he was muzzling his partner that he was running up on, or the other FBI agent. Mm-hmm. So he lifted the gun, muzzle up, and got shot in the arm, which blocked the bullet from hitting him square in the chest.
Yeah.
So he just lucked out.
And also he said that it kept him from shooting his partner in the back.
Yeah, because if he had been hit in the chest with it aimed like that, he probably would have popped a round off and shot the guy in the back or the butt.
And that's his words, not ours.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah, because in the video they talked to the 4 or 5 survivors. I think it's 4.
Yeah.
How long is this video?
41 minutes.
It's a
41 minutes.
Video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It shows how messed up Florida is.
Yeah, and it's pretty low production quality, but I mean.
Well, this is the same video that the reason that video exists, I'm pretty sure it's the same one because they actually had the FBI agent speak in it. That video was produced so that they could put that on VHS and send that out to police departments so that cops would learn.
And
it's a
get
learning video.
Oh, I better use my money to buy a better firearm.
Well, the things they took away from it was like half of the FBI agents had their vests in the back seat.
Yeah.
So they weren't wearing vests, but they had them. They just didn't have them on. And back in the day, that's how it was in the 80s. You didn't wear it 24/7 like you do now. And then about half of the guys had the shotgun in a case in the back seat, so they couldn't access it when the crap hit the fan so quickly.
Didn't they have the same problem in LA?
The problem they had at the Bank of America LA shootout was the fact that they had a few cops with shotguns, the rest had the 9mm pistols, but those guys were wearing body armor and could keep them. The closest a cop could get is about 75 yards undercover. I mean, they were lighting them up so bad, none of them could put accurate fire on those guys.
And they also took painkillers, if I remember right. So if
those guys were on some painkillers and other crap that they took to get high. So they were not only were they tough, high, and covered in body armor, but they simply had the cops outdistanced with the long rifles and fully automatic long rifles too.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? One of them was it an AK-74 or 47? And then the other one was an AR-15.
Well, it's Mini 14.
No. They're talking about LA now.
They were both carrying AKMs, actually. Yeah, I'm talking about LA, too. One of them was an AK, and the other one was an AR, or, like you just said, Mini 14. I don't remember the video of that. I just remember that one guy got shot. You mean when they swapped weapons? The one dude had an AR-15, and I think it was a G3 or something like that. I know one of them got shot trying to steal a vehicle that didn't have keys in it, and the other one got shot when a cop laid down on the ground and shot him in the leg from underneath the vehicle.
Actually, he shot him in the foot.
No, one of them got shot by supposedly a ricochet off of his gun or some shit. When he was trying to do a one-handed reload, he actually shot himself.
Yeah, one guy shot himself in the head trying to clear a jam out of the gun.
Yeah, one of the guys, the cop fired underneath the car. Actually shot him in the foot, though, because it was the only place that wasn't body armor.
Well, now what happened with the car incident was the guy who jumped out of the car had a kill switch plug that he pulled when he jumped out. So that made the car inoperable. And right as the guy was trying to get in the car and take it over after the guy got out of it, that's when the SWAT showed up in a 4-door sedan. 4 guys jumped out wearing shorts and had body armor on their chests and helmets, and they all had AR-15s, and then they got into basically a 2-car point-blank shootout with the guy, and one of the SWAT guys hit the dirt, or, hit the ground, turned sideways, could see the guy's foot, and just popped him in the foot until he fell.
Was that 96, wasn't it?
Yeah, sort of in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
But that's why almost every cop is going to have an AR.
That's actually also proof that gun bans don't work, just saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all know that, but I mean, you know, these guys were not upstanding citizens, but yet they still had access to weaponry.
Well, of course, it's how they got them. I mean, if you're an upstanding citizen, you're not going to go looking for these bad contacts to get a illegal firearm from. And by illegal, I mean, you know, serial numbers have been taken off and converted to, you know, or legally modified to full auto.
I'll tell you some interesting story. I was at a Oklahoma airsoft competition. My good buddy was there. He was the guy who had set up a shop and was selling all types of equipment. Well, it's like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and a Oklahoma State Patrolman shows up, and he's in there talking to him. The next thing we know, he's got his real AR out of his car, and we're sitting there putting mag pull components onto his AR for him and stuff, because he had a base model, nothing added to it, AR, and we souped the shit out of that thing for him and charged him cost on the parts. But yeah, he left there with a very nice setup on his AR. He got about $100 worth of mag pull components for $50.
Wow.
Nice. You know, he went home and was like, never mind, I forget we're live.
Guys, let me jump in for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out here. Thanks a lot, guys, and we will talk to you another day.
Have a good
All right,
one.
thanks,
Later.
Gary. Appreciate all your help with helping me set this up.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's just interesting, because if you go to an airsoft competition, the people who play airsoft, all of our rifles look like real rifles. They have all the toys hooked onto them. We have all the gear that we
some
wear.
of those take real steel components too, such as my gas blowbacks I'm staring at right now.
I mean, I literally have probably $1,500 to $2,000 worth of airsoft equipment in my garage. Between the uniforms, the assault vests, the rifles, the accessories, the grenades. It's crazy.
What's
but it took me
All
5
it
years
is is
to
shoot people with plastic little pellets.
It took me 5 years to compile all that junk.
What's that compared to paintballing? What hurts? What I mean, like
At distance, the pellets don't hurt. At point blank, they feel just like getting shot with a paintball at point blank.
Okay.
But they because they weigh very little, air resistance slows them down a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Where the paintballs will keep their momentum better. But yeah, I've been shot in the cheek and it leaves a marble size or a dime size bruise, and it cuts the skin if you get hit in the cheek at anything less than 20 yards.
Remember the paintballs that used to have the half side that was, I think, aluminum?
No. Aluminum paintballs?
No. The casing, the paint inside of them was whatever color, but no, it was half metal, and the other half was that wax that they were. Not the plastic one, when they used to be made of wax, and they used to be a little bigger.
Nah, I've never encountered those.
No.
I have a freaking heart right now. It was like the big ball out of a marble set coming at you.
Well, if you're really a douche, you stick them in the freezer before you go out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that hurt. Well, it's still leaking paint, so you get to be the baby.
When I was growing up, we used to drive 20 miles and go shoot cows with the paintballs.
Nice.
Yeah.
That cow is ginger.
We had a picture of a guy once who got shot by an airsoft pellet up his nose, and it hit his septum, so he's just pouring blood.
Wow.
And we had another guy that they were playing out when it was snowing, and he got hit in the nose, and like later on they found him, and they looked at him, and he had the BB stuck in his nose. Like, it wasn't bleeding or anything, it was just stuck in his nose because it was so freaking cold.
Oh, jeez.
They're like, you got a BB in your nose, get the camera, don't touch it. It's really funny because airsoft also teaches you the power of uniforms, and what I mean by that is the guys before I joined the team, they had a guy who lady saw him off a jogging trail, called the cops. Well, the cops come driving up, and so there's 15 guys sitting by these trucks, all in camo, holding M4s basically, or have them set down. Cops just drive up. Nobody pulls a weapon. They get out and walk over to them. Hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're playing airsoft. Next thing you know, the cops are wanting to shoot the airsoft guns. But it was because they were all in a uniform that the cops just felt comfortable walking up to them. Yeah, that's something weird, but it's a human psychological thing, because if you're dressed like a normal person, carrying what looks like an M4, you can get shot. But if you throw on a military-style uniform, people are like, what's that military dude doing over there? Let's go ask him what he's doing.
Delta, do you still have that pic from when we went to the Taco Bell? Delta.
I don't know
I'm
how
sorry,
I feel.
but if you're going to go and sell guns at the Taco Bell, I'm just scared that you're going to try to eat there and something might happen to you from the food.
Delta went to a Taco Bell after the NRA Youth Day, all dressed up like how you're saying, with a gun on his side, and they were like trying to get him to explain it himself, but they were all kissing his ass, thinking that he was a cop.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as, because in this country, the media has trained people to fear people with firearms unless they are in uniform, in which case it's okay. The same idea that, if you were in the Aurora shooting and you had a gun as a CHL carrier, you would just hit other people. But a cop in there is perfectly fine to shoot back, but not a CHL holder.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's the mentality that's so stupid. Is people think, oh, he's wearing a uniform and it's his job.
I know I've told this piece of news before, but it happened down, I believe it was either Kenosha or Milwaukee, but this young guy, he was over 18, was walking to his friend's house to go play paintball. So he had his rifle slung over his shoulder. Excuse me, go play airsoft. So he had his rifle slung over his shoulder, clearly had an orange plastic tip. And he walked by the college. He didn't go on college grounds. He walked by the college and he got arrested because people called in and complained about it. They shut the school down. They made, they put it all into lockdown. Guy got arrested. The gun taken away. And if that had been a real gun, there's something in the state called open carry, which is legal. It's not disturbing the peace. So it just makes no freaking sense. This guy for airsoft gets arrested and a whole bunch of charges thrown at him, which if you were carrying a real gun, you wouldn't have gotten those charges, or the charges would have been thrown out.
Right. And that state probably has rules against carrying airsoft guns, but they can't challenge open carry because an airsoft gun isn't a firearm.
Yeah, but you know what?
They make laws against it.
You know what it probably was? Inciting a panic, or brandishing a firearm and to incite a panic.
He'll get it thrown out because he had it slung, and he wasn't going
slung over his shoulder like he was just
going to and from a place, not talking to anyone.
I'm not arguing with you about that. I'm just saying that's probably what the state and everything's trying to keep charges on him about.
It's actually disturbing the peace.
Thank you.
Here's the deal: is people don't comprehend the fact that the police can go arrest and detain you. It's whether you actually are guilty of the crime that's determined later that they want to charge you with. But they could go and charge me with murder if nobody's dead even around me.
Of course.
If they want to, and then it gets thrown out in court.
I don't really want to say all that much about my local, my local popos would piss me off, but yeah, the shit that's going on. But I'm just gonna say this, and not much more. They tried to come into my house after knocking on the door. Somebody else answered the door, and I got called to the door. Now they presumed, I'm trying to use correct grammar, they presumed that they were invited in. Whereas they are not invited in, but they just, slipped right in. and started looking around like, oh, what's in here, what's in here, what's in here, what's that, what is that for? Took me half an hour telling them you are not invited to my house. Any invitation you think you have is rescinded. Get the fuck out of my house. Excuse my language. You're a violation of my Fourth Amendment rights. 30 minutes of that just to get them out of my house. And they kept trying to go into my room, into my parents' room, trying to go into the closets. 30 minutes of that. Got all the way up to where I threatened that I was going to get the camera and call IA on them just to get them out of my house.
Yeah, I mean, the on the flip side of that coin, not saying what they did was right, because it wasn't, but on the flip side of that coin, they came down to your neighborhood because I believe you said earlier that shots were fired?
No, this was a different event. This was a couple...
Oh, that's a different event. Okay.
This like a month ago. No. This was, the guy, I don't want to go on... The guy that's been messing with me for the past 2 years has friends, connections. Every once in a while, they're, and they're off.
Now we're getting into...
Yeah,
there's a lot more to the story, obviously, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they were just... They came by just... to let me know that they're watching me.
I would make a special set of like cookies or a cake out of that black mold you got and offer it to them next time they come over.
I told you the black mold's gone. I cleaned up that.
I'm sure if you looked hard enough, you could find some in there. I've seen photos of your house from an earlier video.
All right. I want to show everybody what he's talking about.
No, I'm just messing with you. It's okay. So, what time? Oh no, it's 12:20 where I'm at. I got stuff to do tomorrow, so we're losing people like flies too.
Hey Ed, why don't you show them the holes in your mattress where you cut it out after you rub one out on your mattress and you get one caught by your mom.
What are you talking about?
All right. Well, since we're degrading into that sort of thing, I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast. It's
hold on.
It's been on.
One more second.
Okay.
This is what people have been picking on me about.
Take it easy.
This is all gone.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, this is all gone. All that black mold, it's all gone.
All I see is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Am I alone in this?
The screen shares.
Honestly, giving up on the whole Lewis thing.
No, the screen share is working.
It is?
Okay. If you say it is, but I see the Stay Puft guy.
Screw it.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end broadcast. Everyone say good night to everyone.
Yay!
Night. Thanks for coming in.
Don't forget to hit the sub Yummy Master Egg.
Sub everyone in the chat. It's super duper.